Short panel description. Also, Thirsty, that post you made about the Godzilla 72 with Guy again, that was beautiful. I love
Oh,
that. I love that. I
thank
love
you.
that. I love that drink, bro. It looks so good.
It's, yeah, I mean, it's basically like an old fashioned with a little bit of other subtle flavors in there.
Hey man, if Ed, I don't like do drinks like that. Like I drink, but like I don't like mix them and like do that stuff. But the fact that you're doing it with Godzilla is just great, bro.
Thank you, thank you. It's a super niche, but
Sweet. Sounds like
Yeah.
being here.
Woo. Are we live?
We are. It's live,
Oh.
and I think the audio was seemingly set was working. Oh shoot. Pinned chat. Okay.
I love that. I love that drink, bro. It looks so good.
it's. Yeah, I mean,
I hear myself echoing.
Old fashioned.
Yeah, I was just playing the stream to make sure we could hear it.
Okay,
Hi,
then we're
Tyler.
good. Okay, we sound. I sound good. Well, I think we sound good. I sound good. You sound
Yeah.
good.
Well, I just remember that last time that we went live and everyone was like, "I can only hear you." And if I had to like change a setting, but I think it seems like everything's saved. All those preferences were saved. What's up, DJ? Getting ready to do some stream and chat about all sorts of goodies.
All right, let's see. I see us. Hey yo, there we go.
Hey yo, there's Thirsty.
Nice.
So we'll give it a couple minutes and let some peeps kind of fill in. Hopefully.
Making sure I'm posting on all the social medias.
Dude, I gotta start doing that. I've been so bad about posting about it on the internet. I just like touched one of my shelves and now everything wants to fall over. You know how it be. Oh, I just got a notification. Oh, you just sent it.
I might mix something else while I'm waiting for people to come in.
Yeah, do it, man. Yo, where are all these new shots coming from? People are throwing in the chat like pictures of Kong and Suko.
Oh, I heard. I'm like shots.
Like Kong and Suko are
Oh
recreating.
yeah, I see. I haven't been keeping up with all the like trailers and stuff. I'm like, I'll wait until the movie.
I have a couple Godzilla friends that I talk to. I'm like, did you watch the second trailer? And they aren't even watching it because they want to.
Yeah.
They just want to be in the dark on everything.
That's I respect people like that, bro. Dead ass.
I'm not
like if
strong
you're
enough to
going
do
out
that.
of, yeah, if you're dude, same. If you're going out of your way to like not look at trailers and stuff like that, and like you're living under a rock right now, bro. Like that, like you get my respect, like 100%.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, you have to like stay off the internet entirely.
Oh, completely. You can't touch the internet, or you're getting one thing or another. Like I feel like I've only watched the trailers because I want to watch the trailers and I want to talk about them and do videos and stuff on them. But I feel like I've just being on the internet, I've seen things that I don't want to see because I don't know how people are getting these things, but I've seen some things that I wish I kind of hadn't, just because I mean maybe they're not even real. I don't know, but hello everybody who's saying hi. What's up?
Hang on, let me pull the stream up here on my computer so I can see everybody. So I can say hi to everybody and name people out by names, because I'm pretty sure there are some familiar faces here in the chat, and I hope everybody's doing good and taking care of themselves on this lovely Thursday afternoon. We are here just chilling, boys. We are ready to discuss Godzilla like we always do. The round table, and it may not be full, but the round table is still here.
The round table is here, not as round as it could be.
Bro, I was about to say something real bad there.
This is so boring. Delete this. Okay. Guys, we're ending the stream. Someone told us to.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, yeah, we got to right now.
I think some of the people in that are chatting in were here last week. I see some some friendly faces. We might have a couple other people.
DJC?
Yeah,
What's up,
DJ was here
Godzilla guy?
last time.
Slave of Demons? What's up, my man? What's up? The Goji Fan 2020. What's up? What's up? How you doing, brother? It's good to see you. Good to see you. Tyler Anderson, my man. Good to see you. Yes. See, look at this. We got like listen.
We got the fam. It's like when SpongeBob
We got the fam.
draws his little friends on his fingers and gang's all here. We got them all.
Woo. Okay, panel submitted. Y'all, okay, chat, you guys want to hear a story? You guys want to hear a story? I just found out, like literally, thanks to fucking Oh My Godzilla here, that today was the last day to submit for panels for G-Fest. We're going to talk about G-Fest here in a second. But I literally messaging Lewis right now. If you see me looking down, is because me and him were just going back and forth on what we're deciding what the panel name should be, you know, doing our stuff like that, getting it out there. We're trying to get a panel for G-Fest, y'all. We are trying. Oh, we are trying. But yes, it crisis averted. Crisis averted. We did it. We did it.
Submission
we
is
did
in.
it.
we need
did
Lewis
it.
back
We
now.
did it, boys.
We do need Lewis back now. Text him and tell him to hop on. Kaiju Fanatic, hit me up next time. We'll let you pop in. It'd be awesome. Yo, so I wanted to start this one by getting into. It's been floating around for a little while, but the Pacific Rim Godzilla crossover. What are the thoughts there on that potentially happening?
Hang on. I'm sorry. What you say?
The Pacific Rim and MonsterVerse crossover that people keep rumoring is gonna happen. I keep hearing. I think I've even heard that since King of the Monsters. Even like people have been talking about it for forever.
Yeah. First, I was like, okay, it's because Legendary owns both properties. That's a stretch. And at the beginning, I'm like, no, let's keep them separate. I mean, there was all sorts of crossovers. Like there was a Men in Black and something else crossover. I'm like, none of these things are ever going to happen. But at this point, even just after the trailers for Godzilla X Kong, I'm like, yeah, let's just go weird with it. Let's mash it up with everything. Let's just take it to as far as we can take it. I'm game. I don't know how legit it is, but I am game.
I'm okay. So, who all here have seen Legacy of Monsters? Monica, like, has everybody here seen it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in the show, they were giving very, 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 very like subtle hints, like in a way that. Okay, spoiler alert. Well, as well for the show, if you guys haven't seen it, like it's been out for a while. Like if you haven't seen it, like we've all here seen it. We're going to discuss that because it's like a property that's out. They were giving hints that the Hollow Earth could be, in a way, quote unquote, not really in the Earth, and it could be a whole other dimension entirely. So that, like, so like, because everybody's always wondering, why is there a sky under there? Why is there a sun under there? Maybe because it's really not under the ground. Yeah, Godzilla still blasted like a thing under there, but maybe because there's like a dimensional, you know, like a whole little. Because they're hinting at that, like, is they mention that, and that's a way that they could introduce it, like just saying, oh, the Hollow Earth is just one of the other dimensions. If that's one dimension they can go to, why can't they go to other ones?
Okay, like the Hollow Earth's almost like a rift in and of itself.
Yeah, again, that's what they're doing, because more and more, if you're noticing the rifts to the Hollow Earth, they're not just going straight down. Those are portals. You know, those are like actually like gravity, like compressing portals that like send you somewhere else. And they, because again, there's something going on right there.
Well, and there's the same kind of idea, because in the first Pacific Rim, they established the Jaegers can't go down. They have to. Like it reads the DNA of the kaiju to be able to allow them through. And that's the exact same thing that they did in Legacy of Monsters. They're like, we need to latch on to a kaiju to open up the thing. And I'm like, that's the exact same rules. So that's established in both. But like from a writing standpoint, how would they like rectify both timelines together? Like how could one thing happen and the other thing happen in the same place at the same time and not have it be brought up in either media? So it would have to be like a multiverse kind of thing,
right? Which I want to. That's the only reason I don't like. I think it potentially could be cool, but I just think it would be too. It would just make it too weird and too multiversey, and everyone's already getting multiversed out. You know, I see all the stuff about the Marvel and the DC. Everyone's kind of burnt out on the multiverse stuff, so that's kind of why I want to avoid it. It could be cool if they did like a comic series or something. You know, Godzilla's getting all these crossovers with Superman and the Power Rangers and stuff in comic form. So I think it could be kind of cool to do something like that, but I don't want to see the MonsterVerse proper get mashed up with the Pacific Rim universe for like full-fledged movies and stuff. I think it would just be too much.
Just because, like, and that's something I want to say too. Like, so I have this, like, to say, like, in public, just this is Monster Zero's word. And just because, like, those things are hinted and, like, I think they're, like, being, like, established, doesn't mean that I'm okay with it too. Because I'm the same with you. Oh my Godzilla. Not that, like, I'm burnt out myself personally when multiverse. It's just I don't like the idea of Pacific Rim and Godzilla mashing when I feel like, because those are two properties that should be separate, because it's like Ultraman and Godzilla, like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it would be cool seeing them together, but like at the same time it's really cool that they're not together, you know what I mean? Like, and it's cool that we both have two separate franchises that can basically do what they want with the kaiju, like, genre. And it's great.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's like from just a big, dumb, stupid, awesome action standpoint, I'd be a-okay watching both simultaneously. But from a writing standpoint, I'm like, I don't see how that could work justifiably.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. Especially with all the rules and everything else they established, they would have to be pulling some major fucking, like, grasping at major straws in order to get this.
Ooh.
Oh, look at this.
What's up, Seismic?
What's going on, everybody?
Oh, he's masked up and ready to go.
Oh shit.
Bro, we are ready.
Oh, I can do this. Hold up.
I wonder, hold on.
Bro, that's so sick.
Thank you. I'm going to turn this up just a bit so you can see
got this.
everything. Yeah, there we go.
That's better.
Yeah. Sorry, I was in darkness. I didn't know how bright it should be.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. So what's your...
Sorry, it took me a little bit to get on. I realized with I'll just keep this up for now. With the mask, I can't wear my normal headphones.
Oh.
So I was like, hey, Dad, do you have some earbuds with some aux cords? And he was like, yeah.
So what's your thoughts on Pacific Rim MonsterVerse?
All right. Have we started the stream yet, by the way?
We have.
Okay, cool. Hello, everybody. Seismic here. All right, so we're talking about MonsterVerse and Pacific Rim, and we said that there's like a crossover maybe or something like that going on.
Well, I just keep hearing rumors that, like, I don't think they're actually true, and kind of seems like the rest of us are kind of on the same page, is not really thinking that would be ideal for for them to full-fledged make a movie where they cross over. But I just wanted to kind of start with hearing everybody's thoughts about should that happen. Ooh, that's a good looking drink.
So Pacific Rim and MonsterVerse crossover. I want to say, like, obviously my initial thing is like, yeah, that totally should be a thing. But at the same time, it's like, how good would that work, so to say, in said canon universe, considering everything that has happened to this point?
Right, and I just feel like the two universes have, they're too kind of fixed. Like Pacific Rim, they already said, the first, we know when the monsters the kaiju first started breaking in and dealing with them and the Jaegers and whatnot. And then the MonsterVerse, it has its whole startup with, Monarch and everything. So I just feel like there's no way to put them together unless you do some weird multiverse thing, which would just be too over the top and just mess everything up.
Agreed. I do agree.
What happened to...
Where'd he go?
What
He
happened
left.
to Thirst?
Oh, there
He's
he is.
back.
Let's go.
Sure, come back.
It's just
Perfect. But I agree with you, Seismic, 100%. I'm glad like a lot of us are on the same page, even if we weren't on the same page. Totally understandable. Like everybody thinks this is a place for us to agree, disagree, do whatever we want to do. Safe place. But it's just like you said, they've already established their rules and everything, and it's just like what. You know what? This would work better as a comic book, just like the Justice League versus Godzilla. Like Godzilla versus Kong versus Justice League, this would work way better as a comic book, like a 6-issue comic book. It'd be perfect.
Yeah, and that'd be fun. Something that's non-canonical in either universe, but just a fun something.
Yeah, just like a one-off shot thing where it's like, hey, we're doing this for fun, so let's have some fun with it. It's like with Godzilla and Superman. Obviously they would never have a DC crossover with the MonsterVerse because it just doesn't make sense. Much how like with Pacific Rim, considering also like the lore and whatnot, like it just if these kaiju that came from the rift up to the surface, how has Godzilla not sensed them? Because if we're taking into account the comic books like Dominion, you would know that Godzilla and Mothra have a thing where they can sense every kaiju on the planet and if they're a threat or not. So it's like, it's kind of my
Yeah, I know.
2 cents.
I feel that. I feel that.
Like, I feel like after King of the Monsters, I guess like starting with Godzilla versus Kong, the rules are out the window. Nothing, not that like nothing matters, but also nothing matters. They can do whatever, they can make whatever they want, whatever.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. And that's why I'm like, yeah, let's go balls to the wall with it. Let's mash it up with Pacific Rim. Let's do whatever because everything is open and nothing matters.
I agree.
Yeah, so I think it'd be fun to see a non movie, non canon, just kind of a one off for fun. Could be very cool. I'd love to see how Godzilla would interact with the Pacific Rim kaiju, but also the Jaegers, and would Godzilla see them as a threat, or would Godzilla know that they're kind of on his side, or would they want to try and have no Titans, want nothing, even if Godzilla was kind of on their side. So it definitely would be interesting to kind of see all the pieces at play.
See, now we're just getting into like fan fiction territory.
Yeah,
right
see,
on
like
fan
that's
fiction.
Do it. I mean, write it. Like, yeah, I can write write it. Do it.
Yeah, write it. Go for it.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
If Pacific Rim was to have like a crossover with the MonsterVerse, it would be cool. Don't get me wrong, but it just feels like it's not supposed to happen. I guess is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, can
Understand.
someone
It does feel like it really does feel like it's not supposed to happen. It feels like if
Yeah.
it does, it feels like we'd be crossing the streams in a sense. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like I don't know if, like, for lack of a better term,
That's the perfect term, man.
Who here has seen Transformers or cares about Transformers and like Rise of the Beasts?
I haven't seen that newest one, but I like the Transformers movies.
Okay, then I won't spoil anything.
I mean,
Never mind.
I don't care. I'm not.
If
I'm
nobody
not too
cares,
worried
I
about
mean, the very end of the film, they tease a crossover.
Yeah.
Oh,
G.I.
man.
Joe.
I noticed that too, and it's like,
G.I. Joe.
what? That doesn't make a lot of sense. What?
It doesn't make sense, but like the company owns both toy lines, so let's stick them together. Why not? Nothing
They're making the
matters.
Hasbro verse.
Universe. Let's just go weird with it.
Well, especially with those Transformers movies, they've already kind of leaned into all the, they've just kind of leaned into the balls to the wall craziness,
Bananas.
anyways. So,
Yeah.
I would have no problem with that. That would be fun.
Yeah.
Especially, I don't remember when they even came out, but I don't remember disliking those G.I. Joe movies that came out.
Yeah, I watched a couple of them, and I was like, yeah, they're okay.
I mean, I probably watched them when I was 12, so they were, just a bunch of dumb actions, fun, of course. So maybe I'd have a different mindset if I watched them now, but something like that I would not care about. Go for it.
See, I like big dumb action.
Exactly.
Same.
Mm-hmm.
We all do. We're Godzilla fans.
That's yeah. we don't have limits.
No, the limit does not exist.
Yeah. We like stupid shit sometimes.
We definitely do.
So I know I'm very late to this stream, and I apologize for that. Have we discussed the Haya's newest reveal?
Not yet.
We have not.
Okay,
Let's
good.
get into it.
Not
wanted
yet.
to get
Start
into
us
that.
off.
Kick us off, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, ooh, I'm ready.
Ooh!
This was a
Ooh!
good ass sign when they revealed this, because I had a prediction that they would release like a pre-evolved Godzilla, and I've run a prediction before that they're also going to release a Kong figure before he gets his his glove thing, and I'm predicting that that's going to be revealed relatively soon. And I've also made speculation that could also come with Suko.
Oh, like a two-pack?
Ooh!
Yeah.
Ooh!
That would be cool, because, yeah, I guess Suko's a little bit too small of a figure to really give him his own release if he's scaled. It might be a little bit, just a small
Yeah.
release. So that could be a really cool 2-pack. Do like a Kong before anything happens, and then give us a Kong with the Beast Glove, give us a Kong with the Metal Tooth, and Zuko, and of course the Rock. We need the Rock.
Yeah.
Zuko's Boulder.
Yeah, unless if they do what Playmates is doing with like the Suko and Doug situation, then I really don't see why they would just release Suko on their own. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially because he would be a smaller figure, unless they released him on his own and he was significantly cheaper. But I actually like that.
Like $20.
I actually like that idea of them doing a 2-pack of either Suko with Doug
sense.
or. I would like the Suko Doug 2-pack because I would love an articulated Doug. That would just make my life.
That would fuck. That would fuck, bro. That would be so good. That's like,
that.
oh my god, bro. Oh my god. So, what are your opinions, guys, on the Haya Godzilla 2024? Technically, like, what is your opinion on this? Do you think this is do you think this is a good step in Haya's direction? Do you think like this is a good thing? Are you gonna pick this figure up? You're okay with it?
Yeah, I've already have it on pre-order.
Yeah.
Dude, I own any Haya Godzilla figure, so this will be the first Haya Godzilla I own.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it on pre-order, and the most exciting part for me for this figure is not that it exists, which it's exciting that it exists, but it shows that Haya is already stepping into the new empire. Like they're gonna be doing figures for this movie.
For sure.
So I can't wait, and I hope we get we're getting this one. I hope we get the atomic blue with all the blue coming through. Kind of a nuclear pulse version, and then of course I hope we get the pink one, and then a translucent version of the pink one. I mean, they're gonna give us. I bet you they give us at least 5 Godzilla figures from this movie, probably more.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean,
God.
I can see just like regular pink and then lit up pink and then lit up pink translucent.
Yeah.
Those 3 right there.
This is how I see it. So we've got the pre-evolved form, base form, pretty much how he appears in the Coliseum at Rome, I think is what it is, and where he's going to fight a certain kaiju. I think we're also going to get his like entire blue pulsating form. That is just too good of an opportunity for them to pass up.
Yeah.
I also think that they're going to release a Haya evolved Godzilla, one with like just without the glowing spikes, and then one with the glowing spikes, because technically the evolved form from what we've seen, that is his atomic version,
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait for all those. I'm just so excited to get that pink Godzilla with those awesome spikes on his tail and just the cool new redesign of the spikes and his cool frills he's got going down the side of his head. I just think Haya's going to do such a good job on that figure. I'm so excited to see that thing.
I mean, their pre-evolved Godzilla looks, just amazing. Like,
It
leagues
does.
better than what SH Monster Arts did.
Oh,
my gosh, not even close.
dude, ooh.
And I have both versions on pre-order, but it's like Haya Toys got that like deserty look that he has in the film.
100%. Yeah, whereas SH Monster Arts just did a re-release on a figure that was like missing the mark a lot anyways.
And, paint the spines blue, it's fine, no one cares. But,
Yeah.
well, yes, actually we do.
So, yeah, Haya's definitely coming out swinging, and I cannot wait to get that thing. And then also to get the rest of the stuff. That we've talked about Haya so much on these streams, but like that Shimo is just going to be so huge and awesome, and Scar King with hopefully like a really cool articulated or wired whip that can be really powerful.
Yeah, wired whip is, I'm pretty sure that's what they're going to go with.
Yeah, and then Kong. I bet you Haya is the only company that gives us Kong with his metal tooth. I bet you nobody else will do that detail.
You think so? That's a bold take, bro. That's a bold take, bro.
You want to put money on this?
I mean, would anybody bet against me in Haya?
With Haya, with their hyper accuracy.
Okay, bro. Dead ass. Because that's the thing. It would be so fucking funny. So funny. Like, genuinely, if we get the new Beast Glove Kong from SH Figure Arts and it doesn't have the silver tooth, that would be the funniest thing in the fucking world, bro.
It's possible, too.
I would be so not surprised.
Worst part. That's the worst part. Oh, you know what's even better? No, you know what's even like a more possible solution too? Like, not everybody would get the silver tooth.
Oh, and like They would like
It'd be
Quality
inconsistent.
control.
they'll give us the silver tooth, but only when they do the special color edition.
That's one thing. Not to knock Haya, because they've been doing some amazing things, but one thing I've learned is to not buy the first release of a figure, because they're like, we're gonna put out a Godzilla, but then we're gonna fix the neck, and then we're gonna fix the paint job, and then we're gonna make it blue, but we realized it should have been translucent, so we're gonna come out with that, and then we're gonna give you a Rodan, but also let's fix the paint for the second release. So I'm like, I'll just wait for the second release of everything.
Yeah.
So it's entirely possible that they'll be like, here's Beast Glove Kong, and then like, yeah, but also the tooth and everything else.
I would not be surprised if they did that.
Funny, dog.
I just feel like Haya would probably get that detail, especially because if they've been paying any attention to like people like us and we're pointing it out and obsessing over like, oh, metal tooth, yeah. So I feel like Haya would probably get that detail in the first go around. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think they will likely catch that detail.
They'll for sure get it. I mean, if the pre-evolved Godzilla that they made, I mean, if it looks just that good already, because, and I'm not going to spoil anything, I've seen some leaked photos online, and they, like, from what I've seen, they captured it perfectly,
Yeah, I think he looks great.
With the Kong, especially with the Beast Glove thing, I mean, they're just going to knock it out of the park. They're going to get every single minute detail all the way down to the length of his ass hairs down.
Yeah, so, I think you're right. I'm wondering if we'll get a Kong, like a pre-Beast Glove Kong also. Maybe a Kong with the battle axe.
With the Zuko 2-pack.
Oh, for sure.
Something like that, and then... because we're definitely getting Kong with the glove, but I just wonder if they'll just give us Kong with the glove, because, I mean, I'm looking at my Haya Toys little shelf right there. Not that I'm at all mad, but they definitely favor Godzilla re-releases. I mean, they have 1, 2, 3, I got half a dozen Godzillas and 1 Kong up there, which is a good ratio for me. I'm fine with it, but I'm just wondering how much Kong they'll give us versus, because, I mean, obviously we're going to get a ton of Godzillas with all the different forms he's going to have, but I'm just curious to see what they'll give us for Kong.
And can I just say this too about Haya re-releasing their Godzillas? At least when they do a re-release, it's not the same mold. I mean,
where'd he go?
Oh, he's gone. I can't even re-add him.
He just disappeared.
Right in the middle of his.
Bro, Bandai took me out.
He was listening.
It was Bandai. It was Bandai, bro. Bandai sniped my ass.
Got him.
Take him down.
Let me say what I was gonna say before Bandai gets me again. Pretty much when Haya releases their figures, it's not the same mold. Sometimes it is, but at least they make minor tweaks and minor improvements with it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, for God's sakes, I mean, they're listening to their complaints. I mean, I remember when people were complaining about that little circle thing on Godzilla's jaw with their first Godzilla release, and and that got fixed like that, like in the neck. And then remember the neck piece that people complained about, and guess what got fixed?
Yeah.
The neck, and not to mention the sculpt.
The neck
greatly
piece.
detailed.
Yeah,
That's exactly why I'm waiting. I'm like,
exactly. And everybody, and also, you remember, like you said earlier, remember when people said, that blue should have been translucent, and they're like, all right, bet, and they fucking did it, and it looked good.
Yep.
It looked so good. Yeah, I love the translucent one that they did, but I also like that they did a non-translucent version, because I mean, I just like to buy all sorts of crap, so I was excited that they did a non-translucent, and then they rolled out the translucent. I'm happy to have both of them sitting on the shelf. They look super cool sitting there next to each other. So
yeah, man,
I'm all for the.
I'm a sucker for translucent. Give me translucent. I'm there, but don't paint over the entire thing.
Yes,
I want to see my hand through the other side.
Yeah, and that's what you could do with these spines on this Haya translucent one. It's awesome.
Can you? Because I feel like you need a light to even tell.
I mean, you need a light to shine through. But if you have it backlit,
photos, I could not tell the difference.
Yeah, it could have been more translucent. I can't look at it and see through it. But if I backlight it,
this is what I want. Give me that.
Oh yeah, I mean that would be super sick. And I bet you that's what they do for the pink one, because that color is just so much lighter and easier to be truly translucent. I bet you the pink translucent is going to be just on the.
It's going to be beautiful. That figure's going to be sharp. Like it's gonna probably that figure's probably gonna cut you when you pick it up.
Oh,
You
I
know what
bet that
mean?
thing's gonna be so spiky. Like even like
That tail.
just all the spikes Godzilla has on his like neck and head, and then his big old elbow spikes. I'm psyched to see those elbow spikes.
But I mean, also, if you look at Shimo's design, her figure is going to be super sharp on the back. Like, it's going to be like Shin
Oh,
Godzilla SH Monster
man.
Arts levels.
Man, I'm not ready for how big that motherfucker is gonna be. Because if Haya does
Yes,
it,
I
and it's
was
gonna be in
literally talking
scales.
to my girlfriend about that. Like, I was saying, like, judging by just her size that I've seen in the movie, she's going to have to take up like 2 figure spaces.
At
Oh,
least
dude.
that, bro. Because I mean, she stands at the shoulder, like almost to Godzilla's height. So she's. I mean, that thing's just gonna have to be huge.
Just imagine her standing up too.
I watched. Did you guys watch Goji Center's breakdown of
Yep.
Shimo?
And yeah,
Yeah.
she's massive.
Like they showed her standing up, being bigger than Ghidorah.
It's
Like, on her back
terrifying,
legs.
That
actually.
is terrifying, bro.
Because it's
Like,
kind of
and
like
they-
she's kind of like a bear in some ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yes.
like a big old grizzly.
Yes, that's perfect. Actually, like a polar bear. She's like
Yeah.
a big ass, like a big like reptilian bear thingy. Like it's just,
Yeah, it's
oh man.
terrifying.
And she's
Also,
got
can
those
we
big
talk
bear
about how
paw things.
Shimu is? Can we talk about how Shimu is like the monster versus space Godzilla technically?
In some ways, yeah.
Yeah, in some ways, it's like spiritually, like it's like the spiritual successor to it. Like you can see it, and Anguirus in a way. It's like Anguirus, Space Godzilla.
Yeah, that's what I was saying in one of the last streams. Is like I hope that Scar King has like some sort of control over Shimo, and they figure out how to break it, and then Shimo basically just becomes like Godzilla's Anguirus. You know, it's just like a buddy.
Yeah.
That, he'll call upon, and sometimes they'll hang out and get stuff done together.
What if she just said like fucking and just like went like ballistic? Like that's what I'm hoping for, and just see her like start mauling guy. I want not to maul Godzilla, but just to see how. I just want to see her like body check Godzilla because I find it funny every time Godzilla gets body checked, he makes that same like noise
Yeah.
like every time like he gets hurt.
The fucking.
Yeah, I want to hear him I want to hear him make that noise every time he gets body checked. It's so funny, bro.
I
Yeah.
bet we're gonna hear
How-
plenty of it.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
how
bro.
I see that entire thing's breaking out is, somehow Shimo's control from Scar King is broken, and I feel what I'm predicting is that Shimo will turn on Scar King and she'll be the one to kill him. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
Like sort of
too.
like a redemption moment.
Yeah, that would be really interesting. And I don't hate that theory, although I really want Godzilla to get that kill. I was talking to Monster Zero on the stream last week, and we were talking about how we want everybody to end up.
Zuko's
in
gonna get the
movie.
kill on Scar King. Let's be real though.
But I was saying I want Godzilla to get the kill with his big old tail spikes, just right to the chest. I thought
Ooh, that'd be brutal.
that'd just be a super clean finish.
You know, something that I want, and I was thinking about it. I want more of like the MonsterVerse to show like how powerful physically Godzilla is by because remember in Legacy of Monsters when he fucking ripped the Ion Dragon's wing off and then body through the port. Like I want to see more of him. I want to see him do more of that shit. Like what if Godzilla like grabbed Kong and like ripped his arm off? You know what I mean? Like what if like you know what I mean? Like he could do it.
You don't
Anything
know the
goes.
potential of his strength.
Yeah,
Genuinely, like anything goes.
Nothing from the previous film. Not that it doesn't matter, but like, okay, you had King of the Monsters. The very end, all the Titans are released, and they're literally bowing down to Godzilla. And then the very beginning of the next film, they're like, oh yeah, and then Godzilla killed them all, and Kong is all that matters now. So they're ready to erase everything from a previous film just for a brand new line of the storyline. So you could see things already established be like, yeah, whatever, let's go in a completely different direction. So anything goes.
Yeah, for real. I'm gonna take a second.
I've watched King of the Monsters recently, and that's just like, and then we can just like hop back onto like, GXK. It's just like, I have to say this about King of the Monsters and Ghidorah is just, I'm just so surprised that they put King Ghidorah in the second movie, and they made him so well, but at the same time, I'm so surprised they killed him off. Like, oh my god.
With
Like-
Mecha Godzilla, technically, but it's more or less like a former shell of himself.
Right.
Yeah, because imagine like how dope that movie would have been if Godzilla still went burning. Ghidorah got him, like Godzilla did the grab thing, and Ghidorah got himself off and then flew into space.
Yeah.
That would have
Something
definitely
I
been an
can
interesting.
Yeah.
I hope that's what that's and that's leading me into my back into the GXK thing. I hope Shimu lives. He breaks control, kills Scar King, then just she dips. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? She just runs away, and then we
It
don't
would-
see her again, but we know she's out there, and that's what's scary.
It would make sense for her because she breaks free from it, and because she's been tortured for God knows how long, she's just like, I'm done. I want to go sleep, rest. I've had enough, and she just goes, and then maybe we see her in a returning movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Like on the good side.
Yeah, and something I can see in terms of MonsterVerse Ghidorah returning is it would follow the same concept as the one canceled Heisei film for what's known as Emperor Ghidorah.
Yeah.
So it's like, you had Heisei Ghidorah, who was like the result of an amalgam of three little kaiju being radiated. But in Emperor Ghidorah's story, this Ghidorah actually came from outer space. Like, he is full-blooded Ghidorah type thing. So they could do something like that, but then again, that's just basically the plot of King of the Monsters. So it's like,
Right.
It would be because you see why they canceled the grand that Ghidorah stories, because it would have just been a repeat. So it's like they can't really do that again. But it's just like, again, I kind of understand that. That's why I'm happy that we're getting new Titans in a way, with like Shimu and Scar, because it's like,
I love the new enemies.
Oh, 100%. Like, and they're fantastic. And the one thing I love about Shimu the most is we haven't seen her at all. We haven't even heard her roar, and she's already a fan favorite. And and they're keeping that roar secret for a reason, bro. I cannot wait.
Yeah, I remember when I recorded my reaction for Godzilla X Kong trailer 2, when it's like she blasts her ice frostbite blast at Kong, I actually screamed. Like, she's so cool. She's a menacing threat.
Literally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's gonna be super fun to watch. I can't wait to see. I hope all the Titans get really good screen time. I think we saw something saying there's gonna be like a 10-minute just Titan battle, basically.
Yeah.
Probably in Rio de Janeiro, probably.
Yeah, but I'm just excited to see just a ton of action, a ton of just a ton of screen time for these guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be great, man. It's genuinely gonna be great. We're in for a really good time, boys, with this. Like, we got the good figures coming out. We got like 2 good franchises, the Japanese and the American movies coming out.
Mm-hmm. Well, and this is the 1 month, guys.
Yes, this is the 1 month mark. Yeah, this is
That's
genuinely the 1 month mark.
absolutely crazy.
Yeah, less than a month if you go see the early showings on like Thursday.
Yeah.
So
Someone did say in the comments here about still waiting on the Movie Monster series line for GXK, which I thought was interesting to bring up,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm catching up on these comments too. I love the Movie Monster series, so I hope they do stuff.
Yeah. Well, there was that one like fake leaked edit of Evolved Godzilla running around that a lot of people did think was it.
Right.
But I was like, I don't know. The spikes look so like just not evolved.
I believed it because the MonsterVerse movie monster series have been ass. So that looks par for the course.
No, I remember seeing that and being like, I don't know if this is real, but the back half of the tail isn't painted, and that's a pretty good sign that it is real.
Yeah, that is
Bro,
true.
that's fucked.
That's a Bandai thing.
Is he wrong though?
He's not wrong. He's not
No,
wrong.
man.
That's the worst part. That's the worst part. He's not.
I'm with Matt here. Give us a Gigan invasion. That's all I want now.
That would be cool.
Whoa!
That'd be fun.
I don't give a shit what else happens. Just write off everything. Just give me Gigans. Give me
That is
1,000
something that I'm
Gigans
kinda-
taking over Earth.
That is something I'm kind of hoping for is in GXK after the movie's over and whatnot, we get like a post-credit scene of like, Monarch being like, we discovered a new signal out in outer space, and we got an image of it, and you just see a Gigan flying
Diamond.
around. Yeah. That. Oh yeah, that too. The diamond.
That would be
What if there was
sick.
just like 50 of them?
I think that'd be cool to kind of do like a Gigan Rex thing and make like a bunch of Gigans all coming
With
to
the
like
drones
conquer the
and, yeah.
planet basically.
And then you have the main one.
yeah.
Gigan Rex.
You can
Oh,
actually
yeah.
imagine if we get the Zillions introduced in this. Like if the Zillions actually show up, like it's their first like their alien contact, and then we just see like the leader of Planet X or something show up, bro. I'd lose my mind.
X.
I mean, the MonsterVerse started so grounded. It was so human, and then like everything was explained by nature, and then now we're like, let's go to the Hollow Earth and send rocks via Wi-Fi to power a robot that's also controlled by a dude in a skull. Like fucking, it went off
That is
the
also
rails.
Sarazawa's
so
son.
fast.
It's like what?
Yeah,
If
and I'm
you're
like,
gonna
Jesus
go,
Christ, that was so fast that it went
Yeah.
just off
It
the
was
rails.
crazy.
that is something that I'm wondering is after GXK, what direction are we going in? Are we going to continue going in the more Adam Wingard direction where it's more obscene and like insane, which I do like, don't get me wrong. Or are we going to take a film that is maybe more grounded in reality?
No, we've left reality behind.
Good. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm hoping is that we just get more insane with every movie.
Sorry.
That's
No,
all I had to say.
I think, and everyone feel free to disagree because we're all different people. Kong Skull Island is the best of the MonsterVerse. And it's like the only kaiju film that my wife has wanted to rewatch. And I watch a lot of this shit. And that granted, that's one data point. But
Yeah.
I think Legendary realized like the Kong film was received so well and the Godzilla was kind of hit or miss. So let's focus everything on Kong, but also have Godzilla there. Which is why I feel like after King of the Monsters, they're like, let's scrap all that for a Kong storyline and then bring Godzilla in. And that's kind of what they're doing here. Let's like everything is monkeys and also Godzilla, and it doesn't matter what we do with Godzilla because Kong is so much more of a human character, and they can focus so much on the human aspect.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen a lot of theories involving like Kong and Zuko and the familial stuff with all the different Kongs, and I can see them really focusing on that human aspect of it and scrapping the Godzilla of it all, if that makes sense, and just having Godzilla just be there, which I'm fine with. Just go weird with it. But I think they've gone in a completely different direction than where they thought they would be.
I want to say this. If you don't think that Kong was the main character of the MonsterVerse, you're just lying to yourself.
Oh, yeah.
That is fair.
Because you
He
have
has
to
a
think
very
about it.
leading role.
We saw Kong's origin, and we're seeing him get to the point where he's about. I'm gonna say this right now. I'm calling it. He's gonna beat Scar King because there's a reason Scar has King in his name, and he's finally going to become King Kong.
Become King Kong.
And he's going to rule these new apes, and we're going to see him finally get to his prime. You know, like, what's with Godzilla? Godzilla's always existed. Yeah. And Godzilla already had his character arc. He already became king and king of the monsters. So Godzilla's already well established, and he's already there. So you can now just have other monster movies, and then just have Godzilla in them. Because Godzilla's already a well-established character. And now the same with King Kong.
Yeah.
Kong and his ape tribe. You can have Kong and his ape tribe in other movies. Imagine a Mothra movie now.
Yeah.
Like we just have a Mothra movie with just Godzilla in the background and Kong in the background. You know, Mothra gets that, and then she gets help from these two. Or
you know what would be cool? Or sorry, I'll let you.
No, you continue. I'm sorry, I'm done. That was just my point.
If they do make a Mothra movie, I'm not gonna lie, it would be cool if they what's the word? Like basically dusted off the old concept for the Heisei Mothra movie, and have the main villain be Boggin, or at least introduce Boggin.
That would be pretty sweet.
Like you could have it to where, let's say this Mothra movie takes place after GXK. You know, let's say hypothetically, Shimo like does fuck up parts of the planet, and you know this whole battle between Shimo, Scar King Kong, and Godzilla kind of really offset the balance of surface Earth and the Hollow Earth. What you could do from that is take the lore of the Heisei Godzilla universe and have Batcher emerge, because the Earth's balance was set off so hard we now have to have this Batra. We now have to have Batra as sort of like an anti-hero thing, try and reset the Earth, and so Mothra's got to straighten his ass out.
I think that'd be super cool.
You could definitely do something like
beautiful.
that and then tease Boggin, because let's say this, Batra has to reset the planet for a reason, because if it goes way off balance, then Boggin can emerge.
Oh, okay,
So
yeah.
what you're saying is it's so off balance that we're approaching the apocalypse and we need to cancel it?
Yeah,
Oh my god!
exactly.
Pacific Rim?
Shut up! Shut the fuck up!
Bring
right
in
now.
the Jaegers?
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
That song went way too hard, by the way.
Dude, I listen to it like often.
That was at our wedding when my wife and I like walked back into the reception. That's the song we played.
Bro.
Our entrance.
Like when the DJ's like, for the first time, please welcome.
Yes.
That's
And
amazing.
then that theme kicks in.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's how
I
you start a
pitched it
marriage,
kind of
bro.
as a joke to my wife, and she's like, "Yes, let's do it."
That's amazing. Trying to see what somebody's comments say. You know what would be a scary idea? Godzilla and Shima hooking up, and imagine the offspring.
Oh Jesus!
Oh no!
Hey, we
Son
gotta
of
get Godzilla
Godzilla.
Jr. somehow.
Oh, that'd be terrifying. Oh,
He's Doug,
Oh.
bro. You got him. He's Doug.
Yeah.
I don't know why this thing. Just
Honestly, I mean, I'd be fine with that for sure. Because that's
That would
our
be
little
real.
Godzilla.
Right.
You're good, bro.
He's
Hey.
back.
I was saying, imagine what if Doug just like this is fan fiction-y shit. Doug follows Godzilla, starts getting mutated, and next time he shows up, he starts walking on two legs.
We've gone so
Honestly-
far down the fan fiction just hole.
And then he's walking around looking like the Odo Island Godzilla from -1.
Ooh. That would be interesting.
That would be dope. I need Haya Toys badly to do -1 and do a really good Odo Island Godzilla, because the movie Monster Series 1 does not do how cool that design is justice at all.
Yeah.
I
Like, have y'all
need-
seen that?
Dude, I got.
Yeah.
I don't know if I showed this off before. Where did I put it? One of my friends 3D printed the like wooden Godzilla.
Oh,
Oh, that's
it was the
sick.
tank.
That's super fun.
Yo.
Yeah,
That's actually really cool.
I'm like, oh yeah, I love like movie props and stuff. So I'm like, I gotta
Yeah.
get this shit.
That's
That
super
is
cool.
actually
That's
all as
incredible.
fuck.
You got to put it in a tub of water now and sink it.
I know.
That-
just
right?
Yeah.
strap
Oh,
bunch
I
of
mean, it's
stuff.
filament, so it should float, right?
That's super cool.
I think he's got a plan to kill Godzilla. I'm not gonna lie.
Shut up, bro.
I hope the Monsterverse goes
Oh,
back to
God.
Yes, Kaiju Fanatic. Yeah, I hope the Monsterverse does go back to more Godzilla-centric stories. Because yeah, like you said, Monster Zero, I definitely think things are definitely more of a Kong. This is Kong's world. We're just living in it.
That's-
But
They weren't lying, bro.
but I mean, King of the
I mean,
Monsters
they never said the
showed.
world needs Godzilla.
Yeah, but I mean, I think the world
Late-
needs Godzilla. If Godzilla's not huge in the Monsters, I'm gonna be big sad.
Yeah. Lady Draco just said, "Oh yeah, Doug, I'm pretty sure Haya is working on it," which I find kind of interesting. Has there been like actual confirmed like
On a Doug?
sayings or statements about a Haya Doug in production?
I haven't heard anything about that, but sign
You
me
see,
up.
you see, if Lewis was here, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, I actually talked to them myself. Look." And it's just like shows the entire plan. for
Leave him
Haya
alone, bro.
Entire plan from 2024 to 2047. It's like, how in the what? The, okay.
You're not wrong, bro. You're not wrong at all.
And I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I think it's great that he
Oh,
can
yeah,
do that
no.
stuff. But
It was
it's
neat.
kind of interesting. I would love a Haya Doug. Like, don't get me wrong.
I'm saying it right now. We need you called it, bro. We need the Haya Toys Doug and Suko 2-pack. Playmates
Yeah.
did it. Now it's time for Haya to step in.
It makes me wonder because Playmates did a 2-pack with Haya, or what the fuck? Suko and Doug. It makes me wonder if those two are going to have an interaction in the film.
Dude, I hope so. I hope they're little homies. Like, I hope there's Hollow
Yeah.
Earth buddies.
I
just
would
hanging out.
absolutely. Dude, imagine
Honestly,
Doug just
that's
like
his dog.
climbing on one of, like Doug climbing on one of the tribal Kongs, trying to take it down like an angry Chihuahua.
Dude, sign me up for that. I want
I would
Doug is gonna kill
love
Scar
that.
King. That's
Yes.
how it's gonna be.
He's
You wanna
gonna
know one
get
thing
his
I've noticed, though?
evolved form.
There's
What's
all
that?
these apes and lizards in this movie that are like buddies. You got
Yeah.
Zuko and Doug, Godzilla, Kong, and fucking Scar King and Shimu.
I love it. We got the trifecta.
Oh, yeah,
Mhm.
the big three.
With every lizard is a monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have one without the other. Peas in a pod.
They're yin and yang, lizard and
I got to
monkey.
get going in a little bit. Is there any other topic I should be here for?
The only other thing that I remember saying would be fun to talk about was
Yeah, I forgot what was on. the
it was
list.
like -1, like the future of Toho projects.
Oh yeah.
Should we keep hearing kind of rumors and this and that and whispers of -1 getting a sequel and maybe Godzilla fighting another kaiju. So would you want -1 to get a sequel, and if so, would you want Godzilla to fight another Titan, or would you rather the next Toho project just be start from the ground
Sequel.
up again?
Just saying it now.
Sequel.
Sequel.
Yeah, I'm game for a sequel, but it would
Pretty
be
sure
so.
he's also mentioned that he wants to do a sequel.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot
heard-
of things saying yes.
Yeah. But like, how do you have like I assume everyone here has seen -1 17 times,
Yep.
and
Black and white too.
and then 40 more times in black and white. But I know things were teased at the end to imply Godzilla's return. But how do you have like the one thing that made -1 for me and for everyone who I dragged to see it, that made it work for us, is the huge emotional cathartic impact.
Mm.
How do you have Godzilla come back without undoing the entire first film? Because if it's just like, oh, by the way, Godzilla's back, I feel like that undoes that. That's kind of a slap in the face for people who went on the whole journey of the first one.
Well,
Yeah.
you got to look at it like this.
Okay.
Regardless if the monster does return, the development is still there with the characters. Their journeys are still their journeys and everything are still there. They still went through and learned the lessons that they all did. It just happens to be that they happen to be fighting a being that can just regenerate from almost anything. But I can just see
That's fair.
I can see but like I do see where you're coming from. A feeling like it does undermine some of their progress, but it doesn't undermine everything, because Shikishima still had to go through and learn to want to live and learn to be grateful for the things that he have in his life and not feel bad for the things that he that he could but couldn't control. You know what I mean?
What in the world? Everybody disappeared.
Okay, are we good? Are we good?
For some reason, everybody just dropped off.
All right, we're good. We're back, boys.
This thing's tripping
But-
me out.
Basically what I was saying is Shikishima still had to learn to want to live his life. He got that lesson, but there could be another struggle that he has to deal with that isn't just his survivor's guild or anything like that. It could be having what he has now, but learning, okay, I might lose it again, but let me just be grateful for it right now and be the best version of myself, so my daughter and my wife can be happy right now, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just do a story with
Yeah.
that and showing him wanting to protect them even more. That's what I can think. How that story could revolve around the characters more is now he's not afraid to protect and fight Godzilla.
Right.
And we see him doing even more crazy stuff, I guess.
He's gained so much of that will to live that now he's willing to put more on the line and understanding what he's put on the line. But
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, another thing
the
you could
other-
always do is we have to remember. What's her name? Is it Noriko?
Yes,
But
the main.
we have to
the main
remember-
character-
Yeah, remember Noriko had that strange, like pulsating black vein
Mm-hmm.
at the end of her movie. So something you could do about that is the horrors of Godzilla radiation mutating on a human.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
and you
something
could
to
also
consider as well.
You could also have kind of the struggle that Shikishima would face, and everybody would face, between do I put the boots back on and go fight this thing again, or do I take my family and try and get them somewhere safe?
Yeah, we could see that kind of struggle now, like that kind of moral dilemma where it's like I have to fight this thing to get rid of it, but at the same time I have to be here for my family. And just kind of seeing like how that happens. And then like they said that he also said he wanted to put another monster in there. So like the real question is, well, this is a real question as well. Like I don't want to, I'm not undermining this question at all because this is a great question and it is great things to think about as like as like because this is his characters and this movie did do so well and this is one of the first Godzilla movies that where the characters resonated with just outside the fandom and even resonated with people who aren't even Godzilla fans. So these characters have to be taken care of very, very particularly. You know what I mean? Like they can't just be thrown into a sequel for the hell of it. They have to be there for a reason, or just do a different character, different protagonist, but have them in the background. But they've already set some stuff up. I feel like they have to be in this story.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like if you have a sequel, you got to bring everybody back. You got to bring the whole boat crew back. You got to bring the wife back.
Yeah.
You got to bring all the major players back if you're going to really do a sequel. Because if Godzilla reemerged, I do think all of these characters would want to come together again and give them.
Well, another thing that they could do is if they're going to make a sequel for this type of thing, what they could do is actually, for a -1 sequel, have more focus on the other monsters. So let's say hypothetically Rodan is the next monster in the -1 universe. What you could do is still have Godzilla in it, but it's more or less of a Rodan film taking place. This could, honestly, how I see it is this could be a movie series where it takes place on different perspectives of the entire world of these monsters emerging and whatnot. So you'd have like a Rodan -1, Anguirus -1, Mothra -1, You'd also change up the names as well, I'm just giving an example.
Yeah, that'd be a super interesting take on it as well. And I just think the biggest thing you run the risk of with a sequel to this movie is nobody disliked this movie. So it's like you're really just playing with fire doing a sequel because, the sequel has to, meet
You're taking a big risk by making a sequel.
Yeah, because you don't want to taint the.
You don't want a Pacific Rim 2 on your hands.
They capture lightning in a bottle.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, they really did.
You don't want to taint the near perfect, audience perception that this movie has right now, and do anything to potentially stir that up in a bad way.
Yeah.
You want to know what they're going to have to do?
What's that?
You want to know what they're going to have to do? They're going to have to pull a Planet of the Apes reboot, where each movie just gets progressively better.
Yeah, you're going to have to. Yeah, because if.
But that's you have to really focus on the writing there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that's the thing. This movie's gonna have to take a long. Toho said it themselves. This movie will probably take a while to come out. I'm okay with that. If we get like another 2-3 years without a -1 sequel, I'm okay with that. Like, take your time with it. Like, please, for the love of God.
Yeah,
I would much. It's like with Spider-Verse,
Yes, yes.
And -1 took forever to put together. Anyways, I think that movie took and I think COVID had a little bit to do with it, but it gave them more time to get stuff done.
It did.
So I think everyone would be fine with saying, okay, yeah, we have to wait till 2027 or something to get a new movie if it's going to be worth it. I don't want them to just dump a movie on us next year just because everyone's riding the high.
Don't do the Saw treatment.
Oh my God, yeah.
Don't be bad-mouthing a boy.
The fact that they were on a Godzilla day in like 2022, and they were like, "Oh yeah, Godzilla movie's coming out next year on Godzilla Day." That's crazy to me that they did that.
Yeah,
they've just been secretly
Yeah, they secretly made they secretly made a Godzilla movie. It was crazy.
Yeah,
it's very I remember seeing it. I remember when I saw it, I was like, "Really? Did you mean to put this out this early?" So suddenly too, because Shin Godzilla, I remember that shit took whenever the first ever teaser for it released, it took 2 years for it to come out or something like that. Maybe not that much, but you still get my point.
It felt that long,
right? Yeah. They totally just dropped this one on us and said get ready.
Yeah. And then literally with the -1 trailer, it aired in July. How many months? 4 months before the movie released. It's what the? How? Why are you so quick with this one?
Yeah, they definitely the release kind of schedule, I guess, or whatever was definitely interesting to see. It definitely was not very traditional to what we've kind of come to have with American Hollywood movies.
Yeah.
I
Strange.
I keep getting stuck on, so like Shikishima's whole arc. Part of it was not his like unwillingness to die, but his not seeing something larger than himself, or not agreeing that his life to sacrifice himself for Japan would be.
Hey, Heisenberg, by the way.
Ooh.
Heisenberg's here.
Let's go.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the stream.
But so like if he's like, okay, I refused to do my duty here, plus
Duty.
I also was afraid to act, and that got other people killed. That was then rectified by his willingness to die before he knew about the parachute and everything, the ejection seat.
Yeah.
And then so like that and the killing of Godzilla. So those two things were necessary for his arc.
Right.
If Godzilla then survived, that removes one of those things. And the other thing could then be, okay, well, Godzilla survived. I also survived. So maybe I was supposed to die. And that's why Godzilla survived, is because I didn't also die in the process. So I feel like that kind of resets his arc.
That could be a way of him falling back. Yeah, that could be of him falling back into his his grief and whatnot like that. That's an interesting way of looking at it. But
like, because I ejected, that didn't make it happen, and it's still somehow my fault. Which is doable.
I actually like that a lot. That's a super good point to make.
Yeah,
that's a good point. That's very depressing. That's a very, very depressing way to look at it. But I feel like the character would, in a way, that's just, this is me personally thinking, but just the character in a way would probably, he would be a little more optimistic, because he would just have his he would just have Noriko and Akiko. He would just have both of them, and he would just look at that instead of just looking at him. He would be like, I was given this chance to live, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to try to do it. That's just me personally thinking of it, but I would love to see that depressing angle of it. That'd be fucked. I'd be so depressed if I went to the movie and saw that. I would feel, oh my god, and then, oh my god, just thinking about it gets me messed up, bro.
Right?
Yeah,
just thinking about it gets me really, really messed up.
I think that'd be a good way to take it, with these characters, take it and just kind of have him thrown right back into that spiral of am I supposed to die? Do I have to die? Are me and this creature somehow linked
forever?
I have to die for this creature to die, type of thing. So that'd definitely be very interesting.
That would be very interesting.
Yeah. Something else that I could always see them doing with a -1 sequel. Well, there's two ideas that I have. Is one, you could have, strangely enough, and this one may be a little bit of a hot take, but have a character arc for Godzilla where he becomes sort of like an anti-hero protector. Because if you're going to have another monster in the sequel, have it to where this one emerges, starts fucking shit up everywhere, and he's like, he realizes he needs to maybe take more. Godzilla realizes he needs to take care of his territory better and not just blindly destroy it. He's had the power of God in his hands in the first movie, and so now he's going to use that to protect. That one's a little bit of a hot take, considering people consider this Godzilla a horrific asshole in a good way. Or my other idea is have it to where maybe this next movie, you could have it to where each and every Godzilla -1 movie in the series takes place in a different time scale. So this one takes place in the 1940s. Have it to where this next story revolves around Akiko as an adult in what would it be, the 1970s or something like that?
Ooh.
1984 perhaps.
Yeah, you could have 1984. Let's just use that for an example. Each and every movie is about the Shikishima family and their bond, like what you were saying, with Godzilla. No matter what, every time a new generation begins, another Godzilla will just somehow appear, which I think that could definitely be a very interesting concept to work with.
I mean, I don't think it's all that far-fetched, because part of their plan to lure Godzilla was to play recording of his roar to make it feel more territorial. So there
Right.
was something to that in -1 already.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that's a good point.
And
We
they
already
were
know.
talking about how he did make Japan his territory in that movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his
You know what I
literal
mean? And like
stomping
how,
grounds.
and that's the thing, he was just coming to ground. Just what was he looking for? Was he just walking around?
He probably
Yeah.
saw humans as a threat to his territory.
Maybe.
I mean, you could think of it like this: like you have your garden in your backyard. Fire ants are starting to get up all in your shit, so you're like, all right, you guys are gonna die now.
That's
He's
that's
just going around flattening everything.
Yeah.
I gotta plant some trees over here.
So that could definitely work, you know. Those are kind of my ideas for a sequel. And I think out of all the ones that I said, I definitely think the generational one happening in like each one happening in a different time zone. I don't know, I've never really seen that in a Godzilla movie series before.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I know people have been saying that for the Predator franchise. Now that we
Yeah.
got Prey,
Mm-hmm.
like let's
Yeah.
see this in
Yes.
different eras.
Yeah.
I'm game.
Heisenberg wants to tell
I
what
wanna see
movie
us-
set in the 80s, bring on the nostalgia. Yes.
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 So I think
I was
having like a
saying-
1984 Godzilla -1, where from his regeneration, even though it took a long time, he's now like 100 meters tall.
That would be
It's
sick.
taken 35 years, but we got there.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. The only reason I don't like that is because it would mean we wouldn't get to see any of the characters that we loved so much from the first
Yeah.
movie. But I really do actually like that kind of concept. But I would definitely miss all of our peeps from the first movie.
Yeah.
On that note, I got to get going, but
All right. Peace, man.
I'm curious to watch this like later and see what you guys talked about after I left.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, thanks so much for
sounds
joining,
good.
man. Always a
Thanks for
pleasure.
having me.
Thank you so much.
Stay safe.
Stay thirsty, bro.
Later.
Stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated.
And hydrated.
Yes.
Drink plenty of water. So, what now?
I want to take a second and catch up on these comments. I feel like we haven't been.
Yeah, so one of the comments that I've been wanting to bring up, but I feel bad because it wasn't like in line for what we were talking about. Kaiju News says, do you think that Godzilla will stay in his evolved form after GXK, or do you think the movie will go back to his pre-evolved form after the movie? Which I've had this question for a very long time, so thank you, Kaiju News, for bringing it up. Also, you did comment this earlier saying you love our stream, so thank you so much.
Oh, thanks, man.
Thank you.
Well, you take the first crack at that question, I guess, man.
So how I see it is it's going to depend on who directs the next movie after the MonsterVerse. Because if obviously Adam Wingard, he has this very vivid vision for his Godzilla series, which I do appreciate. I like it. So if Adam Wingard does direct the next the next MonsterVerse film after GXK, more than likely he will keep the evolved form because it's like his design, so of course he would want to use it. But if it's a different director, it makes me wonder if they're going to respect the director's design and continue to use it, modify it to maybe a little bit more grounded, like you could always write that in the next movie. Like in this movie, he has his pink atomic breath. Pink on the electromagnetic spectrum is the highest that it can possibly get. So you could say whenever he gets this form, he's like just bursting with power and it's just constantly exploding out of him, kind of like a Super Saiyan. It's just all going out at once. But once you refine the form, maybe that's how he gets his blue atomic breath back. Or red,
Yeah. And I'm pretty similar to what you're saying. It'll be interesting to see them keep this, if they keep the pink evolved form around.
I would be fine with it staying. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I don't dislike it. It just would be interesting to kind of get used to, like, this is the new normal for Godzilla in the MonsterVerse.
Yeah.
Heisenberg says, ditch the pink. Adam did an interview with IGN saying that pink is his favorite color. Yeah, I would not at all mind if they found a good way to explain, like, yeah, he was in his pink state. I want him to keep his cool extra spikes, the elbow spikes,
yeah,
the big tail spike and stuff. But if those kind of, went back to a more blue, and then maybe if certain things line up, maybe they could kind of come back and glow a little more pink, in the climax of the next battle.
Yeah.
Well, something I'm theorizing is that his pink breath is his spiral ray breath. So what I'm thinking is maybe he's just constantly using this much stronger atomic breath, but he does still have the blue atomic breath.
Yeah. Although
That's kind of what I'm like predicting.
I do really hope at some point he gets like his true spiral ray.
Yeah,
That would be sick
like
to
red
see.
and everything.
Just red, the big spiral in it. Like I hope
Yeah.
I hope he gets that in this movie. Even like that would just be super.
It
cool
would
to
be
see.
kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. With that one shot of like Shimo blasting her ice breath into the air to change the climate, it would be kind of cool if at the end of the movie, whenever all said is done, he like just uses this absurd amount of energy to shoot up into the air to change the climate back to its normal state, and that's when he uses the atomic red breath.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like he evolves further, further beyond type
Go
thing.
further beyond.
I like that.
honestly,
Godzilla.
I'm gonna be straight. I don't think that like I love the pink. I really do. I love the new design, but I don't think it's sticking. Like I really don't. I think next time we see Godzilla, he's gonna be more of a. He's either gonna be more of a traditional Godzilla, or he's gonna look more and more like the like Godzilla 2000, where it's kind of like pinkish purple. It's gonna start fading to purple to blue. Like that's exactly
which
what
I
I
would-
think is gonna happen.
I would
Yeah, it's
also
gonna
like
fade
that. That's a
back.
good take.
Like he's gonna I feel like because I would love if this Godzilla like he keeps like the pointed spikes, but he starts getting a little more like hunched over. He starts getting his thickness back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He starts gaining more weight over or gaining more muscle, or
Yeah.
one of the two. Like it'd be great. But I feel like I feel like the pink is only going to be for this movie, and if we do see it in the next movie, it's going to start out in the next movie, and then it's just going to start fading away like throughout it because he's going to evolve again.
Yeah, like again, like a Super Saiyan with their forms, they refine the more they use it.
Mm-hmm.
Which I would be fine with. I don't mind that.
Yeah, that'd be totally fine with me.
I would be too. It'd be fun. It'd be really nice to see what happens.
Which, honestly, thinking about it now, whenever SH Monsters does release their evolved Godzilla, I probably number one get a Kujira custom head because I mean, let's be honest, they will more than likely make a new sculpt for evolved Godzilla, but the head it's just not going to be on par.
Yeah, I assume they.
But
I hope
honestly-
they make a new body sculpt.
I mean, they're going to have to. I mean, this design for Godzilla is so vastly different than the original. If they do reuse that mold, I'm coming for you. Tamachi. I'm coming for you all. You will not survive. But yeah, it's just... That's probably what I'll do with my SH Monster. Just paint it to be a blue atomic version. Because I've always wanted that.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what theirs ends up looking like and how different it is from Haya's and how different that is from hopefully a Bandai that we get. And
Yeah. A lot of GXK merch releasing soon.
oh man, we're about to get hit.
Oh yeah, we're about to get hit, man.
I think we
X
we're
plus Shimo. Oh lord.
oh man, that thing would be depending on
Man.
what scaling they do it in. That thing would just be a beast and a half. They might not even do it; it'd be too huge. I think they would though, but
Yeah, you have like X plus, Prime One Studio, Spiral Studio.
oh, dude, those guys are gonna do insane stuff. I have not gotten a single thing from the two of the former two you just mentioned.
It was way too expensive. I was considering getting the Kong X, but it's like $1,000 for that.
goodness.
Oh my god.
Yeah, if I won the lottery, I would buy all that stuff. But
Oh, yeah, you kidding me?
If I won the lottery, I would never tell, but there would be signs.
signs.
Yeah,
I really wanted to get that. I think it's Spiral Studios. They did like that big Godzilla bust, but then like on the back of it was like some Hollow Earth, like the thing from GX or King of the Monsters.
oh, that's Prime One Studio.
That's Prime One Studios.
But
I
yeah,
want that
that-
thing so badly.
Ooh, it's beautiful.
But it's like $2,000,
Oh my god, it is.
or maybe it's like
so
$1,500 or
expensive.
something.
But
Man, that
yeah,
thing would just be. That thing would just eat up a collection. Like that would just be such a like. You'd have to put it in the middle of a room because you can't just
Yeah.
look at it from the one side. You need the whole 360 view.
Yeah, it's just, you're just showing someone new your collection. Behold, where all my debt went to.
That's pretty much what I do. They're like, man, you have nothing inside your house, and I'm like, well, wait till you step into this one room.
You
That's
just have in
why
this one room.
I only have a
Yeah.
couch in the living room.
It's like, it might seem crazy what I'm about to say.
Basically,
Yeah. But yeah, I would Honestly, I would love. It would be kind of funny if Prime One Studio not only re-released the Kong axe, but if they actually made a wearable beast glove.
Bro, I can see that happening. I can
That
actually
would
see that
I
happening.
would buy that.
At least Playmates should do that. Give us like a little.
Dude, yes.
Yes!
That would be
Yes!
so fun. The Prime One bust
That
is the
would-
best high-end statue I've ever seen.
Wait, dude.
Stop tempting me.
I can see that happening.
That would be super cool. A wearable beast glove. And
we
it
have
comes
a
with
mask
it comes with
and
it comes with a tooth you can put in.
That'd be
You
so
can put a
funny.
plastic tooth on
A
your
plastic
in your
tooth
mouth.
over. Oh my god.
Kong cosplay, just a
Um,
tooth.
Yeah, I would love if that would actually be really cool. Playmates did some like weapon props, like you could get Scar King's whip, you could get Kong's axe, you know.
That'd be sick. Somebody should do that, man. Like somebody that's not
Yeah.
like the high end. Like here's a freaking $1,500 piece. Like somebody that's like, I'm gonna get you this for $50. Like here's a big Kong axe and the whip slash and.
I would love.
I have a
that
Kong
for sure.
axe.
What do you have?
My buddy just made me one, and I have it. Like I gotta find it.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
like
sick.
it's really nice. Like genuinely, it's like it looks like a bone and everything like that. I'll grab it and like send a photo of it to you.
Dude, please
guys
do. That
tonight.
sounds cool.
Please do. I would love
Yeah,
to
I'm-
see that because I instead of like buying $1,000 Kong axe, I'm just gonna make one myself along with Scar King's whip.
Oh, dude, yeah. Like they're easy to make. Genuinely, like
Yeah.
it's stupid easy. All you really need is just EVA foam, an old belt, and just like literally, I could. Hang on, I'm actually thinking about. I could genuinely probably make that. I used to cosplay, so like I used to make my own props. Like I used to cut foam and shit like that. I could easily do that. That'd be so
Well,
fun.
I actually plan on like sculpting one in like ZBrush or whatnot, and then printing it out.
Dude, that'd be sick.
Ooh.
I'd love to see that.
Ooh, okay.
Because I've sculpted weapons before; they're not that hard to.
Bro, that's hot.
That'd be
That's
awesome,
really
man.
hot.
DJ says if Legendary makes a Mothra, I hope they bring in Mothra Leo and have a remake of the Rebirth of Mothra. That'd be cool to definitely
That
give
would be
Mothra a little bit more love. Even they could even do it in this movie. Have Mothra kind of do an evolving type thing also, and get us a different, just a different kind of take on Mothra and make a more
Like different forms and whatnot.
Yeah, which
Yes.
I've heard rumors we might have already. Like I've heard rumors that this Mothra is going to be different than the Mothra we saw last. And so I'm definitely excited to see what Mothra looks like in this movie.
From what I heard, I won't say anything, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid all the hardcore stuff that I know is out there already.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, in one of our previous streams, we did mention her. It's like, but we won't go into like heavy spoilers. Don't
I mean, I think her existence at this point is not even really a spoiler because she was in the trailer.
yeah.
But
Well, I know some people who do boy photography who have already showed off Mothra, and it's like, dude, can you
Oh,
just
for real?
What? Like, what are you doing?
And they'll send it in the group chats that I'm in, no filter or anything, and I'm just like, oh my
No.
god.
I hate it when that happens. Even on like Facebook, I've seen people. Normally they get taken down in the Godzilla groups I'm in, but I've
Yeah.
seen stuff sneak through that is up there for a half an hour, and I just see it at the wrong time, and I'm like, no, get away from me! I don't want to see this stuff. I want to see what the trailer shows me, and nothing more.
Yeah, I've seen too much.
I've seen way
much.
too much.
I've seen stuff that I cannot talk about.
Oh man,
So,
yeah.
oh man, okay, you guys know that meme that's going around with like Godzilla jumping off the cliff with like 2 Kong axes?
Yes.
Yeah,
Can I show that photo on stream real quick?
yeah, please, bro. And people
I
think that's
have it.
real. People think that's real, bro. I saw like people complaining. Somebody posted that saying these leaks are getting out of hand. Like, chat, look at that shit. If someone
That's
thought
the dumbest
that
thing
was
I've seen.
real.
I love it though.
Because
It's
it's
so
the one.
funny.
It's a recreation of the one bald guy with both the axes, and he's like jumping off into like this little pond in an ice area. It is genuinely the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Like, why the fuck would somebody do that, bro? It's so funny. Oh man, that's
I gotta
so
find because
funny.
he posted another video recently where he's like in a slingshot and he gets flung into the ocean.
Bro,
What?
someone should do that with Kong. Somebody should do that with just Kong and make that with Kong in a fucking slingshot.
Did you guys ever see the video? I saw this was back when like Godzilla King of the Monsters came out, but it was like somebody just like edited a thing. I have it on my phone. I wish there was a way I could play it better, but somebody like edited a thing where Orga is standing there saying like, "Man, I enjoyed that movie. Would have been cool if Godzilla picked up
Would have
his
been cool
hammer."
if
though."
Godzilla licked his hammer, though, and it's just Godzilla with Mjolnir.
Like Captain America the hammer and hitting Ghidorah in the face with it.
It is genuinely such a good video.
Have you seen that thing?
So good.
Yeah, I actually have.
I love that video. Like I literally have it saved on my phone.
Oh
It's
my
just
god,
too
bro.
funny.
Let's see if I can find it.
Oh my god, I'm so happy that there's just like the Godzilla meme community is just like alive and well.
They're
They're
Like
out.
they
just
haven't
eating it
died.
up.
Oh my god. Also, I wouldn't admit this on stream, but like there's like what Godzilla page is there on YouTube? Toho Kaiju posting. I tried to start a war between Transformers fans and Godzilla fans and it failed. Like I kept posting in bot posting making fun of Godzilla fans, and I kept posting in that group making fun of Transformers fans, hoping it would stick, and it wouldn't stick, bro.
Nobody wanted
You
it.
motherfuckers are just too
No.
nice to each other, bro.
That's great.
No, bro, like it's so funny. Like, oh man, why are y'all so nice to each other? Like, why do you guys like each other? Like, the communities tear each other apart from the inside, but you guys just are genuinely kind to each other.
But you can't start
Yeah.
a war.
I couldn't even start a war, bro. This wouldn't catch on. It was
It's
like,
not
don't make
that's not just a signal. That's a call for war.
Can we talk about how hard that line hit though? That line was so
It
good.
did.
Yes.
That dude's got the
Yeah.
perfect
Also,
accent for that
like,
line.
Whenever I don't know his name, but he was like, "What is that?" And you just see Shimo's eyes. It's like, God.
Oh yeah,
That's
Shimo's
hard.
about like Shimo's reveal because I think it's from what the trailer made it seem like. It looks like Suko and the people that go into the Hollow Earth are gonna be watching as Kong has his interaction with Scar King.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they're up
Yeah.
top and Suko is kind of like showing them everything. Like, I think Kong's gonna go down there to check stuff out, and I think the people are gonna have to watch Kong 2v1 Scar King and Shimo. And I am gonna be I'm so interested to see how Kong gets out of that Hollow Earth alive.
Oh, dude.
dude.
You know what would be really, really fun? Like, if Suko's the one getting Kong out. Like, that's why
Oh,
he threw the
that'd be
rock.
sick.
Like if Suko's actually carrying little like Kong like on his shoulders trying to get out like real quick while things just distracted and like he's floating with them and shit. Like Kong's knocked out.
That would make sense, especially with the boulder throwing scene.
Like, bro, like that would go unnecessarily hard.
Yes.
Like seeing Suko going like, oh my god, and Suko's gonna be in that final battle for some reason. So like, oh,
The
man.
one scene of him just on the floor in the Family Guy fall pose. It's like, what is bro doing here? He is out of his jurisdiction.
He's out of his element, bros.
He
Bro's
is
just
way
chilling.
out. Bro was not built for this.
Also, Seismic, I have to tell you this since you're here now. I said this last week on stream, but Kong's not the stepfather. He's the father who stepped up.
Yeah, literally.
You still need to make that meme, bro.
Bro, I'm in the process of it right now. Like I'm drawing a proud Kong on my iPad, and then I'm just gonna get the shirt and put it on him when I'm done with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the Godzilla vs Kong rap battle? No. Is that a thing?
I have. It's
it
actually
good?
really good. Yeah, like it's genuinely like it's kind of good. Like on Epic Rap Battles of History.
It was them who did it.
Yeah, it was them who did it. It was pretty good.
So this is like real deal. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm excited about Gareth Edwards making
Yeah.
Jurassic Park. Yeah, we talked about that a lot last week. That was last week, right, when we streamed Monsters Here, I think.
Yes.
Gareth
I found the
Edwards doing
meme finally. So with
Wait,
the
you did?
Godzilla with the two axes, I just want this with like Kong. If it'll Here, I'll play the entire video.
It's so good. No, like that's so good.
But just that would be funny.
Bro, fucking Kong is not beating the Kratos accusations.
He literally is Kratos at this point. He just needs a spear now. That's just the drop near spear.
Could you fucking
He's just got like a spear that's made from Ghidorah's bones, and it can somehow teleport and some shit. It's like, what the hell?
Bro, what if Kong took fucking Mechagodzilla's head instead, like when he ripped it off and kept it like on his belt and just kept talking to him?
Yeah,
Like
that would be pretty funny.
like fucking Mimir, and he just uses his hands as a trophy.
Yeah,
That'd be so fucking funny, bro.
that would be really funny. He needs his Chaos Blades. We need like 2 Gleerons from Gamera to come in so he could just beat the shit out of them and take their heads off.
Bro, imagine if he takes like Godzilla's fucking like
Magamizers.
Yeah, like Godzilla's and starts using them with Scar King's whip.
He rips Scar King's whip in half and just like he's just like, Shimo! I am here to conquer Olympus!
Scar! I have come to claim my throne!
Imagine if Mechagodzilla's head and Kong uses it as a gun.
That is something I wish happened.
He just has them
like
he's just shooting
freaking
proton
heater.
cannons. Oh,
That would be
bro, that'd be
hilarious.
hot.
That is like Scar King nor Shimo would not stand a chance because he's just like,
Kong with
Lead.
Mechagodzilla gun.
eat lead, motherfucker.
And he's got his silver tooth.
Proton.
He's got
Yeah.
a silver
He's got his
tooth,
silver
the
tooth.
peace
and
glove.
He's just
He's using one of Mechagodzilla's fingers as a cigar.
Bro, I love Monster vs. Kong. He's such a character, bro. He's just like a big gruzzled he's just like a big gruzzled he's just a dude. He's just a dude. He's a hairy ass dude. That's all he is. Just some big ass, hairy ass big dude. That's it. That's it. He scratches his ass every morning.
He's just like, I want to stay in my little dome home. I don't want to fight giant lizard because little girl.
I
told
love
me
that
to.
canonically. I love that canonically that he heard King Ghidorah's call. He just did this
Yeah,
and then just went back to what he was doing.
yeah. It's the one it's the one fucking SpongeBob guy meme where he's just like
just looking at the table.
Yeah, he's just like, what the hell is that?
anyway.
Oh yeah, it's the oh no. Anyway,
Literally, that was this Kong is zero. He does not care.
Could you imagine if he did fucking leave though, and he's walked like, bro? Imagine how hyped that movie would have been if like Kong would have did show up in King of the Monsters. He showed up at the end, looked at Godzilla, then just walked away or some shit.
yeah.
Everybody's bowing, and Kong comes up and he's like, "I don't want to do that, but I."
He's like, oh, he just leaves. He's so funny.
It would be
He's
the
just
best
like-
meme.
He sees Godzilla, and then he just does this.
And he fades away.
Disappear. We need like a
Just
clip
absolute-
from Kong's point of view. He's like coming ashore as Godzilla's like thermonuclear pulsing Ghidorah to death, and he just
And he
Yeah,
just
and he's
backs
just like-
out. He's just like, nope.
backs
He's
into
just
the
like-
water like nope.
Wow. Dude, I would love to make that an animation where he's like coming out the shore and he just sees this nuclear explosion and you just see him just slowly back into the water again.
Just nobody knew. He's like, I'm a little late to the party, but I'm here, guys. Oh, no, not for me.
Did you see the concept art of that scene? How Gigan was in it?
Yes, Gigan, Gamera, Kumanga, Anguirus, like everybody was there. It's like, why couldn't we get that?
Bro, I
like,
bet
that
you they
was-
couldn't afford it.
Also, speaking of King of the Monsters concept art, remember back in like 2015 when a Ghidorah concept model was actually leaked and Legendary tried to cover it up saying it was for another movie? The movie comes out, concept art book comes out, and it's in there, and they're just like,
Why'd you look at the camera like that, bro?
That was like right out of the office.
and then we're all just like, so why did you lie to us, Legendary? They're just like, yeah, anyways.
Lie to you? What? Yeah, but no.
Anywho,
we didn't say anything. So yeah, but geez. What else was in like the King of the Monsters concept art book where we saw it and we were just like, what the fuck is
Rodan.
the thing?
Rodan.
Rodan, yeah.
We need him to come back.
I remember
so
Rodan was
badly.
leaked.
Yeah. Because I actually have like the Godzilla versus Kong concept art book. You want to see a magic trick? Look.
Hey, there it is. Mine's too far away.
Literally have it right here. And I wish that there was something like very interesting in this book as well, besides like the final page with like the Shimo concept art of her flying in the sky and whatnot. But I wish there was like one concept art book where you just see like Destroy in the back and we're just like, what the fuck?
We thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
Yeah. Again, Legendary is just like, shh, silence.
Pretend you didn't
You're
see
not
that.
talking
Bro,
one
they don't
scene
want to do it.
together.
But yeah. Dude, I'm so ready for whenever the concept art book for the new Empire comes out.
Dude, there's gonna be so much in there because I bet you they have a bunch of cool concept art for like the Hollow Earth Kong army, Scar King. I bet his weapon has concept art. I bet Shimo has a ton of different concept art. Like there's gonna be, and the Godzilla Evolve. Like everything's gonna be awesome.
I swear to God, if one of the concept arts for Scar King's whip, it shows like the skull of Ghidorah being like instead of the thing that I won't say what it is, but the thing that controls Shimo, instead of that thing, it was Ghidorah's skull. The Legendary, I'm gonna come after you.
Ooh. Ooh. You know what's something I really bet? I bet at one point Shimu did look exactly like Godzilla, just a white Godzilla.
Yeah.
I
sure.
guarantee it. Like at one point, Shimu literally, hang on, it looked like this. I guarantee it looked like this. It was just hunched over like this.
Yeah.
I bet.
I can't believe that was our first official look at Shimo through the leaks too. That's crazy to me.
Right? And it's a good look. It's a good piece of. It's a good item.
Jada Toys did not miss with their line.
No, they did. They did nothing.
Oh shit! You got a $5 donation, bro.
Ooh, thanks, man. Kong had his Die Hard moment and his Lethal Weapon moment. What's the big homage action movie you want him to do next?
That's pretty interesting.
Oh.
Ooh.
Also, I love in the trailer too for the new Empire, you just see the stark difference with Kong approaching the Hollow Earth portal. Because in GVK he was very hesitant, but in this one he was just like
monkey jump.
It was so funny to me because he was just like, "Shit, sign me up, let's go."
Oh, I have my big action moment that I want him to do, that I want Kong to do next. You know, in The Predator, when Arnold Schwarzenegger and Carl Weathers meet for the first time and they do that.
Oh, yeah.
I want Kong to do that with Godzilla.
I want that scene of Kong doing this in one of the TV spots. I want that to be at Godzilla when he's leaving.
Yeah. I would for sure love that.
That would be funny.
I think, what else would I want from GXK so far? I mean, pretty much all of my standards, especially with what I know, has been that I've seen and know. I mean, everything in my opinion has been like, we're good in the clear for this to be a really good Godzilla movie. Monsterverse movie, more or less, but you get my point.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, just when look at the trailers, everything just looks up to... It looks great. Everything looks great. No movie's perfect, but like I'm just really excited to see what they're doing with this incarnation of Godzilla, this next installment of this franchise. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, gosh, I remember the toy leaks for Evolved Godzilla started surfacing, and everybody at first was like, "This shit looks like ass."
Oh, they were pissed. I
was like, yeah.
Well, even I was kind of hesitant towards it. I was like, I don't know how I didn't dislike at all the red. I didn't dislike that at all, but how thin he was definitely kind of threw me for a loop for a minute.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Welcome, Ultimate Gigantic Zilla.
But then I feel like the more you look at him, the more you're like, okay, that it's fine.
No, I've 1,000% come around to it, and now I love this thing, and I can't wait to see him on the big screen. I can't wait to get all of the different, higher end figures for him. I'm super stoked. Yeah. I love this version of Godzilla now.
Haya,
same.
Show us a prototype, Haya, please. I'm begging you.
It doesn't even have to be painted. Just give us a taste.
Give us the 91 treatment, even if it doesn't have its articulation segments in. Please show us the sculpt, because I know you guys have it. I know you have it.
They're not going to give it to you, bro.
But I mean, there's a reason that Haya Toys announced a couple. They announced the 91 Godzilla, but we're not getting that thing till like the end of the year. There's a reason Q2 and 3 are wide open.
Yeah,
and this is they're just going to dump MonsterVerse content on us.
Yeah, this is 100%. What I was saying in the group chat that we're in. Like, I'm running a prediction. We've got Suko and Kong, normal Kong, by the way, in like, let's see. I want to say like maybe very late April or May. We got Scar King in June. I want to say Evolved Godzilla in July. Shimo in August. Spoiler in September. And spoiler for the rest of that, the rest of quarter three, so to say.
Yeah, and then all the repaints just throughout Q4 and next year, we're just gonna get dumped on a bunch of repaints.
Also, with like variants and whatnot, with like Atomic Godzilla, I feel like they could be released in like quarter two to quarter three. But if that were to be the case, they would have to do double releases for every month. So it's like,
Yeah, it just depends.
It's really iffy. So I for sure can see them doing those for next year.
Well, and they still owe us a ton of stuff. Like we still have the new Rodan shipping. We still have the new Mothra shipping. We still have
Skull Island Kong. You
Skull
got
Island
2014.
Mecha Godzilla was teased forever and a half ago.
Where's Mecha Godzilla?
Dude, for real. Like, give us Mecha Godzilla before this movie comes out. I mean, we won't, but a couple people in the chat are asking about your helmet. You want to?
Let me see.
A couple people, just a couple recent comments. Is that a?
Who's our special guest? What's that thing when your friends?
Every guest is special.
Ring white helmet.
Every guest.
Yeah, this is Lady Draco. This is like pretty much like the seismic persona head thing. Like this is what people see for me. It's kind of hard to explain.
Bye, Kingzilla. Thanks for stopping by, bro.
Have a good night, man.
And yes, it does have a light up feature. I can go full on atomic like Godzilla.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Something that me and my friend we were talking about with Godzilla X Kong, because I showed them the trailer for trailer 2, and they noticed that the final battle was taking in Rio de Janeiro, which is near Brazil. Guess who lives in Brazil? Guess which kaiju lives in Brazil?
Oh, I forget.
Behemoth.
Is he? So he was in the rainforest, wasn't he?
Makes me wonder, because they theorized maybe Behemoth might get like some form of an appearance where he's like, what the fuck is going on in my area? Okay, never mind. I'm not joining in that.
It would also be kind of interesting, rest in peace, Behemoth, but if he was the first one to step up and try and stop Shimo, and Shimo just like I need to see Shimo. I need to see Shimo just destroy something.
Yeah.
To prove how scary he is. He's got to show it.
Oh God! If Behemoth is the first to challenge Shimo, may God have mercy on his soul.
Awesome.
He's gonna get fucked up, man.
He is not surviving that.
No.
Sorry, but she is like the all mother of kaiju, from what I've heard.
Like, even looking at just how big she is and her crazy powerful frostbite blast, I'm honestly like, how's Godzilla gonna get this job done?
Yeah.
Like,
so it's like Behemoth, who's just kind of just a giant mammoth sloth. With so far, we don't know any like real firepower, so to say. I mean, it's just like
aside from sheer size, like
because I mean, in the Goji Center video, they pointed out that Shimo is so big she could be able to decapitate some kaiju with just her bite.
Yeah. Speaking of, I hope we get to see, and I talked about this with Monster Zero last week, but I hope we get to see a moment where one of the Kongs in Scar King's army like disobeys him and he just feeds him to Shimo. Like, I hope that's our introduction to Shimo. I want Scar King to grab one of these Kongs and just throw him into the pit, and we just see Shimo just take him out. I want them to build up Shimo in the most terrifying way possible.
Yeah, kind of like it kind of reminds me of like the Red Death from How to Train Your Dragon.
Yes, just in that pit. Yeah, or I think we said this last week, and Goji Center's video said it too. Like the same thing as like the Rancor. In
that
Star
too.
Wars.
Yeah.
It's just like, here's my scary pet that I'm gonna feed you to if you disobey me.
Yeah, that would be very interesting. Like, let's say whenever Shimo starts just mopping the floor with Kong, maybe some other Kongs try to intervene and save Kong because they see him as like their savior, maybe.
Oh.
But they're just so inexperienced in battle that, like, I would like to see, like, Shimo just impale 3 with her Thagamizers on her tail.
Yes.
Like a shish kebab.
But maybe that's how Kong gets away. Maybe some of the other Kongs step up and give him a break to escape the Hollow Earth and go get his Beast Glove and go get Godzilla's help.
Or something else that I thought of, maybe there's a moment where Shimo has Kong on the ground, and right before she can kill him, Suko steps in the way, and Scar King has taught her not to hurt Suko. Like, Scar King may hate Suko, but he understands that he's the next of kin to conquer this empire. So she immediately backs off, and Suko's able to drag Kong back out of there.
That would be interesting too.
Love that.
Dude, with all
That
these
would be
theories, like I
very
just cannot wait for this movie. Like I am so
I
excited
know, right?
for this thing, and the fact that it's like, bro, we get this movie 5 months after we just got arguably one of the best Godzilla movies ever already. Like this,
I know, it's
what
perfect.
a crazy chunk of time right now. Like within 6 months, we get 2 Godzilla movies in different universes, both of which, minus one was already amazing, and this movie just has the potential to just be so much fun.
Yeah. Thank you, Lady Drago, by the way, for the compliments on the helmet. I really do appreciate that.
It's super dope. I'm glad we get. Is that new, or did you just not have it the last time you were on stream?
It's pretty new. Like, it's new to YouTube in general. I've had this
Okay.
thing since like November, and I've just been kind of testing it out and whatnot.
Okay, I'm glad you busted it
So-
out.
Yeah. Someone also commented Mothra versus Shima, which I think it really would have to depend, circumstances. Because Shimo, I feel like one frostbite blast from Shimo is just enough to completely eviscerate Mothra.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, she got disintegrated by Ghidorah, who, this is a... I
With
would
his
definitely say
gravity beams.
This is a Ghidorah level threat for sure.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Like,
So, at
It's
least, maybe,
crazy.
probably, like, I mean...
Yeah, 100%.
And it would
like
be...
I would show like a photo that kind of gives a rough estimation of Shimo's size standing up next to Ghidorah, but it does have the full body design in it, like made by someone else, so it's not completely official. So I'm kind of like iffy on if I should show that or
Was
not.
it the Goji Center video? Was it the one featured in the Goji Center?
I'm
They
trying
had a
to
good
think if
side-by-side.
it was.
I mean,
yeah.
they had some other artist go and do a design for Shimo, and they used it in their video.
Yeah,
So I guess
it's the
anybody on
3D
stream...
model that
Go ahead.
it's the 3D model that Dope Hope made. So
Oh yeah, that's not so bad. I mean, because it's not like
Yeah, I mean, and we've
it's not
seen...
like
Y'all-
a scene from the movie.
We've seen all the toys. They're not perfectly accurate, but they do give us a good idea of the body.
it's like if y'all want me to show it, I can.
Yeah, I guess anyone who doesn't want to see this quickly, avert your eyes for a moment.
yeah.
I'll tell you when the
I'll
coast
give you,
is
like-
clear.
4, 3, 2, 1.
So here's like an estimation for how tall she might be. And like look at that.
Jeez, that thing is just a
She is-
beast.
She is massive.
Image is clear for anybody who
Yeah,
happens to
you
look-
all are coast is clear. I just thought I'd show that because it's just interesting.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I hope she's that big. Genuinely.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, do you guys know when you'll be live streaming again? I try and do these live streams every Thursday. Monster Zero and Louis Duran also do a different live stream every Wednesday. But yeah, I'm just super stoked to see how freaking huge Shimo is, and it's I'm looking at my Playmates stuff right now, and Shimo. I mean, that sizing is obviously not right, but
Yeah, no,
that
not
that
at all.
Shimo is tiny. That Shimo needs to be double the size that it is right now, too. Because I'm looking at it right
Yeah.
now. I mean, she comes up to, Godzilla's elbow. Whereas, I mean, you look at that little tiny glimpse we had of them in the trailer. Like, Shimo's on all fours, and she
Jeez.
is Godzilla's head height.
Yeah,
She's
like that's crazy.
Gigantic.
So, I mean, she's hitting the 400-foot mark on all fours.
She
Also,
may be
I
like,
want to say this. I really do think that she did freeze Ghidorah. Like seeing how big she is and massive she is.
I
I'm
love-
100%.
Yeah.
I love that theory. The first, like a Ghidorah fighting the first kaiju ever. I was gonna say something different, but I don't know if people know that yet. But it's like I love that theory because you're always like before this movie, you're like, wait, what? How did that happen?
Well, I think they had kind of just vaguely hinted at like, well, I mean, I think the director of King of the Monsters even came out and said Ghidorah was
He
frozen in the
redacted one
ice
of his
because,
statements.
but he originally was saying like Godzilla and Ghidorah have met before. Ghidorah
Yeah,
lost.
Mr. Freeze got to him.
But you know what would be super sick is if we get like I seriously doubt this would ever happen, but if we got like an official, like maybe an Apple TV exclusive thing, like, since they kind of have the rights to the Monsterverse a little bit here and there, but if Apple TV could give us a 20-minute short, and it's just Ghidorah versus Shimo a zillion years ago.
Yeah,
Like how
like
cool would
during
that...
like the prehistoric age.
Yes, like we start with like it was like dinosaurs and stuff. Even I don't even know, but like, and it just is like a 20-minute battle, and it ends with Shimo freezing Ghidorah, and then maybe it even ends with Shimo freezing Ghidorah, going back into the Hollow Earth and encountering Scar King, and that's how it ends.
Yeah.
But I just think
One
that
of
would be
these
so
comments, one of these comments brought up something. DJC says, you know what I need to be in the MonsterVerse? Gizora, Ganymedes, and Camoebas from Space Amoeba, which I'm actually on board for that. I
Damn.
think that would make for a good Kong movie or
That would be
Suko
Yes!
movie for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like a Suko and Kong movie where they're just like battling, just very, like just a lot of Hollow Earth monsters.
Yeah, kind of, the kind of stuff that Godzilla's been doing that we don't get to see. And we do get to see if you
Unfortunately.
read the graphic novels, he's just going. He just is traveling the Earth, and
Yeah.
keeping.
I want
balance.
those lemur kaiju from the comic book to come back.
I want Tiamat to show up in these movies.
Yeah, I just want the lemur. I want the lemur ones. Maurice, I encountered the king of the
Maurice.
monsters, and I can't move it anymore. I'm paralyzed from the torso down.
Oh my god.
He hit me with his atomic, bro. I can't move it, Maurice. But, anyways, I think that would be another interesting movie that they could do alongside another main title film, is make a Suko movie.
Or stuff
Which
that they
I would
could
really-
get into. I don't love it as much because it's behind an exclusive paywall, but with Apple TV having done the Legacy of Monsters, it opens them up to do like, and I mentioned this to Monster Zero last week on stream, like it opens them up to the door for them to do like, we're gonna do a 40-minute little mini movie.
Yeah,
And
I
maybe they have a
would
little
love that.
40-minute Suko adventure thing, and he has to go do his own thing, or we get the animated series, The Adventures of Suko and Doug, that we talked about the other day.
which we mentioned like 2 streams ago.
Yeah, which I would ship.
Which
that
I
so
would be
hard.
fine with that.
Yeah,
You know what I
want it.
really want to see? I really want to see I want to see Gorosaurus in the
Yes.
Monsters. I want to see Kong fight Gorosaurus in the Hollow Earth, and it'd be like an actual updated Gorosaurus. You know what I mean? Like him, like acting like a kangaroo. Leaning on his tail, doing powerful kicks and shit like that. Being an apex predator down there. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yeah.
Like in Kong, and that will be Kong's movie. And they don't call it Gorosaurus; they just call it something else. But we see it. It has this design. It's like and then have at the very end Kong beat it like in a very standard way. Have it break its jaw, so we can finally see that. And so we can just get a Kong movie, and then we can get a Godzilla movie, and then possibly get a fucking Rodan movie. Or fuck it, what I say is have a superhero movie with Ultraman. Ooh.
Yeah. No, I agree with that for sure.
Yeah,
That's something that I've been thinking about, is like a post-credit scene for Godzilla X Kong, where it's like you see this normal looking dude walking down the street, and all of a sudden a kaiju emerges, and he looks at it, and then you just see him pull out from his coat the transformation device, the beta capsule.
That would be sick.
Oh my god, yes.
If that
Like-
happens, I'm actually going to jump around on the fucking walls of the theater.
Like,
That'd be
bro,
so cool.
I'm saying that like they could easily do it, like it's the MonsterVerse, so it necessarily doesn't have to be revolved around Godzilla all the time. Like imagine if they bring Gamera in the MonsterVerse and we just get Gamera
Yeah.
movies.
Mm-hmm.
That's
like-
what I was going to mention next.
Be the best. That's how you have to do it.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, what other interesting post-credit scenes could they do? Because obviously, it does seem like Apex is still around, regardless of the defeat of Mechagodzilla. So, and actually, no, I won't mention that. But I think it would be interesting if we got like a post-credit scene for Apex doing maybe another project.
Yeah. I mean, what if they did like a Mogera or something, like a
Yeah.
Mogera type thing, like and really lean into kind of like the the hand drills and like the fact that it looks like he can like tunnel around and stuff, and like maybe he's like a Hollow Earth exploring thing. They make something to explore all the Hollow Earth and like drill more tunnels, and that could be really cool.
Exactly.
Perfect.
I'm
I'm probably gonna have to get out of here in about a couple minutes, boys.
Yeah, we're approaching the 2-hour mark, so we can wrap it up shortly here.
Yeah,
I'm just checking
I'm cool
a
with
couple
that.
comments. Do you guys think we're gonna have more GXK New Empire figures? Yeah, I'd be shocked if we don't. I think
We're gonna
100%.
have a wave 2 of Playmates.
with
with
all of the spoiler figures.
Other monsters.
Yeah, we still need a Battle Roar and a giant size Shimo. Because
You think we're gonna get that after the
I
movie?
hope so, man. I would be shocked if we don't. I think, like we've mentioned before, I think that they are keeping us from not giving us the Battle Roar because they don't want to give away his roar yet. So I think Wave 2 will have a bunch more spoiler figures. And I think they will give us at least a Battle Roar Shimo, maybe more.
Yeah.
Hopefully they give us a
What I'm
giant
thinking
size
is-
Shimo.
What I'm thinking is definitely Wave 2 will have a lot of spoiler figures, but they'll also have a Scar King and Shimo mask. We'll get a Battle Roar Shimo,
That'd be tight.
a giant Shimo. I'm trying to think what else they could possibly do without getting into big spoilers.
I mean, I just think that's the thing. Is I think Wave 2 will just be a lot of the figures that they can't release yet because.
Yeah. They could. I'll just say this: they could release 2 more of those like battle pack sets. I won't mention what, but they could release 2 or more, 2 or 4 more, honestly, from what I've seen.
Yeah, that would
Really?
be sick.
Damn,
I'm
okay.
excited. Do we see the?
It would have to be super specific stuff, but I could see it working.
Yeah, and we'll obviously be able to discuss a ton more after everybody's seen the movie.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. It would be funny if I went back to this stream and once the movie's out and everyone knows about this stuff, like mention what I was going to say, like what was it thinking in my mind considering the shit I've seen.
I mean, let's do it. Keep that in mind, and we'll bring it up.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did see the SH Monster Arts that Mogura figure. That looks pretty sick. I'm gonna pass on
Oh yes,
it probably,
I want
but-
that so bad.
Have they said that? Did they just release those promo pics, or have they announced how expensive that's gonna be? Because I didn't pay enough attention.
On their Instagram page, they mentioned the price and the pre-order date, which is like March 4th. So,
What's the price?
let me check real quick because it's like they say it in yen price. So,
Okay. I mean, I'd just be shocked if SH Monster Arts was doing, especially because it comes with effects. I'd be shocked if that thing's
Yeah.
under $120.
let's
Honestly.
see. Pre-order. Oh, they didn't actually post it. They just posted that the pre-order date, and I got it wrong. It's the 1st of March.
Oh, so that's
They
tomorrow.
also
So I guess we'll know
they
tomorrow.
Right now.
also they pre-orders for Ultra Father from the SH Figure Arts line, Star Wars character, Spider Punk, and just a lot of other ones, you know.
Okay. But I thought it did look.
so
It
that's
looks
kinda-
great. But
Oh, dude, I'm so ready. I've been waiting for this release for so long.
depending on price, if it's more than $100, I'm passing. If it's under $100, I'll consider it.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be under 100, unfortunately.
But I just have so much stuff pre-ordered right now. Like between all the highest stuff coming, between knowing more Playmates is around the corner, between not just all the Funkos. I'm definitely gonna pick up all the Funkos when they come up for order.
Yeah.
So
I
I just
checked on like the Red Toy Store and whatnot, but it's not on there yet.
okay. King Caesar has a lot of potential for a good monster versus villain. Interesting to have him be a villain. I think it'd be cool to have
Remember
him be a
when
cool
people-
Kong ally.
Yeah,
He would
I think
be.
he's
I
more
love it.
ally than villain. But unless if you count Final Wars where he was mind controlled, but
Yeah.
Remember when people thought Scar King was going to be King Caesar?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, like when they.
There was theories out there, and I'm like, guys, I love you, but like, use your brain, please.
Like, King Caesar's
if he was King Caesar, if he was King Caesar, his ears would have been there.
They would have
It's
been
like,
big.
okay, buddy.
Well, and just our first look at him, we immediately could tell he was like more of an orangutan
It's
type
an
thing.
ape.
Yeah, like and King Caesar's like
It's a
even
monkey.
stockier. Like I'd say King Caesar's
Is
even
that a
stockier
monkey?
than
That's a
Kong.
monkey.
Kong.
Like if it
Caesar's
was
even
King Caesar, you would see on his arms like the armor plating. You would see like in the middle of his head, you got the little spike going up. Not to mention his eyes. Probably, if they kept the accurate design, his eyes would have been glowing like red.
And he would have had his crystal in the head too.
Also, you would have seen his tail like doing this in the background, like flopping around like a cat's tail, probably.
Right. Yeah. So there was just so many signs to immediately be like, yeah, it's not King Caesar.
Yeah, I just found that so funny. People were like, Scar King is actually, this new villain is King Caesar. It's like, no.
I don't
That
think
doesn't
so.
make any
I remember
sense
seeing that
to-
shit. I was so upset. I'm like, no.
That doesn't make sense for King Caesar. He is a literal deity that is, he is to protect his territory and the humans that are around it.
Right.
He's a protector, not a villain. What would you even make him a villain for?
Right.
Sorry,
yeah.
but he wouldn't really be a competent villain. I mean,
I love that when they show Scar King, everyone's calling him King Louie from Jungle Book. I literally go back and watch.
Yeah, King Louie.
Like when they first
was
announced that
great.
little tiny teaser, I did a video with Shinrab Jira, and I was calling him King Louie. We were both calling him King Louie the whole time.
I want to be like you.
I'm not even kidding. For no reason at all, I had that song stuck in my head all day on like Monday this week. Like I was at work, literally humming that song all day, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I love that people were nicknaming him King Louie before we knew what his actual name was.
That's perfect. Hey, we got one of the words right. King is in his name.
Yeah, technically, yeah. Now it's gonna be King Kong.
That will be interesting to see if after Scar King is defeated, if they will finally start calling Kong King Kong.
Yeah, I can see it happening.
I hope so.
I think they should start
Considering
calling
the
Godzilla
amount of
King
like,
Godzilla.
considering the amount of buildup that we've had to this moment, it feel like it would be kind of a disservice to be like, oh yeah, he's just Kong now. No, like give him his moment where he's sitting on the throne and all these Kongs are bowing to him, and then it's a corny line, but I would love if one of them said "All hail King Kong," you know.
If one of the Kongs said that.
No, like
Bro,
one of the human characters.
This is the same franchise where a bunch of giant monsters bow to one of their monsters.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I could easily say that.
It'd be really cool if they gave us like a parallel scene where like, you know, all the smoke settles, Shimo's dealt with, Scar King's dealt with, and, you know, all the Titans that got involved with the battle, you know, they all rebow to Godzilla, but Kong's down in the Hollow Earth, and all the, you know, and all the other Kongs are bowing to him, like at the same, like those two scenes kind of flop back and forth, and we see all the bowing, and then we see Kong sit on the throne and like hold up the axe or something, and we see Godzilla do a big roar, and then we end with like just those two frames side by side, Kong doing a big roar with the axe in the air, and Godzilla roaring, and everybody bowing down to him. Like that'd be such a clean ending. Like they're both kings of their respective.
What I could see honestly right now, remember that scene in GX versus Kong, where Kong sat there with the axe and he sat there in the chair right there. That was Scar King's fucking throne. He sat in. Yeah, so I would love him to actually see him sit in it again, but with the beast of that and all the other Kong bowing to him at that point.
Yeah, it's finally his throne. It's not somebody else's anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's something that I'm thinking is going to happen in GXK. So we all remember the scene where Shimo fires her ice blast at Kong, and you know he obviously cannot hold it back. It's reaching his arms now. Something tells me that we were just a frame away from seeing his axe like actually explode. Like from just the amount of pressure that it was undergoing, it exploded on him. Hence why, if you think about it, we haven't seen a single scene of Kong with his glove with the axe as well.
Axe. The only thing that I've seen with where he has both is that Target exclusive Funko Pop that I just got. Everything else he hasn't had the two, and that might just be for fun to make it an exclusive. But there's a reason that we've never seen him with the Beast Glove and the axe. Like when Godzilla busts out of the earth and they're running together, like, you know, we saw that in the first trailer. Like that's also, the final battle. Why does he not have his axe?
Also in Egypt, Rio de Janeiro, and yes, the Hollow Earth as well. So it's like it makes me wonder if his axe is going to get destroyed by Shimo.
I never really thought of the destroyed. I thought Scar King might take it, but destroyed is probably more accurate. It'd be cool to see Scar King have the axe and the whip and use them both against Kong.
Yeah, because that could be another thing. With my running theory that the only reason that Kong is able to get out of that situation alive is because Suko is just like this power wall against Shimo. Like she can't hurt him no matter what, or else Scar King will punish her harder. And in the escape, Suko was obviously panicking and he couldn't think to get the axe. So Scar King actually confiscated it and either hid it or made Shimo destroy it.
Yeah, that would be super, super interesting to see how that shakes out.
That'd be like a cynical and very calculated move from Scar King, because in his mind, in his little balding ass head mind, he's like, if I take away his axe, then he's not going to have a weapon against me that he can use. Because, I mean, you saw him in the trailer going to town on Scar King, because he was, like, getting him on his knees and everything.
Yeah, so Scar King knows that Kong knows how to use this weapon.
Context, by the way.
But no, Scar King knows that Kong knows how to use this weapon at this point. So it would be...
Yeah, he does.
It would be in his best interest to just take that weapon off the table completely.
Yeah. Because it does seem, to a certain extent, that his axe can absorb just a very small amount of Shimo's ice blast, because it is an atomic breath, so to say. I'll just say that much.
Yeah, yeah. So that would be.
Yeah.
I would have been interested to see how Kong's axe would have reacted. Had it like absorbed a bunch of Mecha Godzillas. That'd have been
Yeah.
cool to see.
Oh my gosh! How did we not get that?
Like if it
Well-
like had like a cool red glow instead and had a different power up,
Ooh.
like that'd been very interesting.
That's interesting. I've never thought about that. We never. Well, because maybe the directors were like, "Oh, well, it's a different type of attack because it's not technically atomic radiation." Duh.
Who gives a shit?
But yeah, could it still
It would have
absorb
been
that
cool, though.
proton scream?
It would have been. I still wish Kong got the Mecha Godzilla gun.
That would be
That's
hilarious.
still something that I want to actually happen in the future.
That's another thing. Like, what happened to Mecha Godzilla's body after GVK? You know,
right.
I would just love for them to just be like, "We just left it. It's fine."
Oh, it's just
It's
just
still
sitting in
there.
the city.
They just built around it.
We're just kind of
They just built a Walmart around it. They used a parking lot on Mecha Godzilla's body.
like in the anime where he's just a city.
This tiny ass like Walmart on top of like one of his spines, and then his entire body is painted black with yellow stripes for a parking lot.
It's like that meme where it's like, not my job, and just keep painting.
Yeah, exactly.
Would it be cool if the MonsterVerse introduced Gigan in a film where he fights Godzilla without Kong? Because I feel like the latest MonsterVerse films have been more about Kong and more than the G-Man himself. Yeah, I would like that. I definitely think, yeah, like the Godzilla versus Kong was definitely more a Kong movie. I think this will probably be more of a Kong movie.
Yeah.
So I definitely would be down for a straight-up Godzilla movie. I'm all here for that.
Because it just only makes sense to me now that the next movie after this one is Gigan, because there was a comment in there that I forgot to mention, but someone did mention that the next direction that would make the most sense for the MonsterVerse to go into is an alien invasion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, because like I said that too. It's gonna be dumb if there's just another hidden threat that they didn't know that's been in the earth the whole time after the first Titan. You know what I mean? Like they can't do that anymore. They genuinely can't. Like they can't be like, we found another cave pit. No, you didn't.
Yeah, this
No,
has
you
to be
didn't.
something that they have no idea about, and it comes out.
Well, they could have another cave painting showing like a robotic chicken, you know?
But yeah,
Kinda like
I
in
definitely
Final
think
Wars.
it would be cool to have a new threat that nobody knows what it is. Nobody's seen it before. It's it's never been here. It's just some crazy thing from space. Like either Destroya or Gigan, I think, are the two biggest ones that would make the most sense, I think.
Yeah, because along with that like whole comment that said like the next direction, the alien, that being the alien invasion, it makes the most sense for the MonsterVerse. They also commented along with that they're pretty much wrapping up the Titan War arc in general.
Good.
Like that's what it feels like. You know, you had. I don't want to really count 2014 because that was. I don't think they were taking into account the Titan War arc that we're going into. But like, let's just say we had King of the Monsters that established that. Then we have Godzilla versus Kong that was expanding on that, and then now we have GXK, which is going to end it. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
So I definitely
Which I'm
think we
kind
need
of,
to-
which is really cool.
But yeah, I definitely think we need to kind of shift course after this movie and go bigger existential threat type things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
100%.
It makes sense. And I just want to see Gigan. I want to see the boy return again.
Well, it's crazy because we have three very distinct versions of Gigan. We have the Showa Gigan, we have Final Wars Gigan, and we have the Gigan Rex. So it's like
Yeah.
it would just be cool to see the MonsterVerse kind of take a hybrid of all of those, but then also do their own spin on it and just give us a really cool incarnation of Gigan, just because he's had so many truly distinct versions of himself. It'd just be kind of interesting to see what the MonsterVerse, which one do they kind of take as the base and really go off of, and what do they change?
Right.
It would
Yeah.
I think it would definitely be Millennium Guy again, but that's just me.
My favorite
You know-
is Final Wars Gigan. I think that's the coolest looking Gigan.
Oh
for
my
sure.
God.
Yeah,
Gosh,
that's
his,
what I
like,
mean. Final Wars Guy. If they're
edgy-
they're gonna take that one.
Edgy 2000s Godzilla not Godzilla, Gigan will always be peak.
And if they did something where they did a callback to the chainsaw hands, yes.
Yeah. If they do an alien invasion movie, they gotta recall this scene. Gigan. Rise! They gotta recall it.
I loved everything that
Yeah,
guy
we
said. Everything he said was so over the top. It was perfect.
Yeah.
Meaning we're gonna have to see the Zillions, man.
Yes.
His English dub laugh.
It's so crazy.
It's so good.
I
It's
love
like
it
he's
when-
trying to do the
I
Joker.
think it's after Godzilla beats Zilla in Australia, and it cuts to him up in the ship, and he's just like, nah!
Yeah. Yeah.
He's so angry.
Ah, he's like stomping the ground. I know that tuna head wasn't up to much.
Yeah, that's
Next.
shoot ahead.
Next! Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
I don't know why, but whenever Godzilla killed Hedorah and Evra in that movie, and he made this noise. He went, "Ah, yeah."
I remember that.
And then the main cast walks in. He's just like, "Wait a minute." Never mind. He is like one of the best villains. You can't.
He's so
out me.
funny.
He's so over the top. I love it.
Especially in the English dubbed version.
I know, right?
He's nuts in that. It's amazing.
This is why Final Wars is my favorite movie.
It's
Always.
such a good movie. Anybody who doesn't like that
It
movie needs to
Also,
rewatch that.
his like whenever Godzilla killed Kumanga and Kamakuris, his like up close shot of him, he's like clenching his fist. It's like a gamer raging at like getting constantly killed, and every time he gets killed, it's more aggressive.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Oh
It's
my
the
gosh,
funniest
literally.
thing. He's just a Twitch streamer trying to win at his game.
Literally, that's
Oh.
funny.
Yeah, that and random off topic. I'm surprised the actor for X has never gone to a G Fest before.
Maybe he'll come to this one.
I would love that.
I'm
Also, the
excited when they
actor
start
from
announcing the guest list
Kentucky.
for this thing.
Yes. I'm waiting for the movie list to drop. Well, obviously we know Saturday Godzilla -1, Sunday Godzilla X Kong. Like,
Yeah, no, I that's what I'm saying. That's like literally the reason why I'm going. I want to see the double feature. The double feature.
Yes, I want to see
yeah.
the double
we all
feature.
gotta
Go ahead.
we all gotta sit in the same row. Like,
Oh, obviously.
without doubt.
Oh yeah, no. Honestly.
But I just am excited to see those movies with like the hardcore of the hardcore people like reacting and stuff. Like,
Dude, I'm gonna be one of those people who like scream their lungs out. I'm just calling it right now.
I want to, dude, because the
Dang.
only time I've ever gotten to do that is when I go see like when I was, I mean, not even now because they suck now, but when I was like peak MCU, I'd go opening night, and
Yeah.
everyone would be like, I remember like
Dude,
opening night for
Cat
Endgame.
lifting Mjolnir.
Oh,
I felt the
Oh, that
earth
was great.
shake.
I'll literally go back and rewatch crowd reaction videos from that movie, and I get so emotional watching those, dude.
Yeah, like for instance at the Pickwick, I'm usually like one of those people that'll start getting people to like start clapping and cheering and whatnot.
Yeah, oh yeah, because it's fun. It's just fun to like obsess over the stuff we all love.
For anybody who's
Oh,
gone to
honestly,
G-Fest,
honestly.
and you always anybody who's gone to G-Fest and wonders who starts screaming whenever anything relevant happens in a Godzilla movie,
It's
you can
Seismic.
thank me. You can thank me. I'm the one, and I still continue to do it because it's so much fun getting people hyped up.
I gotta get out of here, boys. It is past 12 midnight right here. I gotta get
Yeah.
up in the morning.
Yeah, well, I got an early
Right
morning
now.
too. We'll wrap things up. But everybody who hung out with us, thank you so much. It's been an awesome stream. It's fun
Yes.
chat with all you guys.
Thank you so much. This has been
great.
seriously awesome.
Thanks to the homies who came and joined, Seismic
Yeah.
and Monster Zero. Check out their channels respectively. And
Yeah, absolutely.
and Thirsty Thursday Toys was on here earlier. He
Yeah,
always is doing
big
fun
shout out
stuff.
to him.
So don't forget to check out those channels, guys. Thanks so much. We do these live streams. I try and do them every Thursday, starting ideally circa 7:30 Mountain Time.
Yeah. Remember to
this
stay
time kind of
hydrated,
varies.
guys. Seriously.
Stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated
We'll
and
pretend
do
this is
practice
water.
good hygiene.
Yes, sir. Liquid Death right here. Also, hey Monster Zero, check this out.
Is that glitter Godzilla?
It's
Is
the
that actually
beautiful-
glitter Godzilla?
I got a glitter Godzilla.
You can piss right off. Suck my ass.
I had to do
Suck
it.
my fucking ass, bro. There's no
Let's
way.
do Oh, he's got
No
one too.
way.
I keep mine in like a glass case.
You know what? You know what? You know what?
Yeah.
We lost the homie.
No.
What a brutal way to bail.
Oh man, I had to do it because
No,
I
dude,
told Lewis I was gonna flex on him.
I mean, that's my favorite figure I basically have. I think. I mean, there's a reason I keep him in that, in a glass dust-proof case because
Yeah.
I
wish I could have gone this side.
And I turned down like a bunch of them because people kept saying, I put out the feelers like, to the, and the people that I kind of buy stuff from and know I buy stuff, and a bunch of people would be like,
Right.
"Hey, this guy has one. This guy has one," but none of them had with the tag. And I finally found one with the tag, and I spent way too much money on it.
Yeah,
But
I was fine settling for without the tag. But yeah.
there's so many figures that I bought forever ago when I didn't care about the tags, and now I'm like replacing them with the tagged versions because I've just like decided like I need all.
Yeah, Monster Zero just commented Lamau in the comments. We got you.
He's back. Where can I find the YouTube channels? Seismic's YouTube. I mean, Seismic is just Sizemic, right?
Yes,
Studios.
SIZEMIC. You could probably find me the most if you look up a Lost Tapes discussion video because that's my most popular video. You can find it, you know.
And then Monster Zero's channel is just Monster_ZRO. And in a couple of the videos, when we do these videos before, I've tagged them, so you can go through my channel also. In the very first stream that we did that wasn't live, but we did it, and I just posted it. They're all tagged in that video too, so
Yeah,
easy access there. But yeah, go support all the homies.
absolutely.
So thank you for sticking around, Seismic. Everybody who's still
Oh yes, thanks for having me. Sorry I got in so late, but I was happy
That's
to
all
join
good.
in when I did.
That's all good. You gotta get your stuff done.
Dude, definitely joining the following streams for sure and keeping the helmet on.
Yeah, dude, the helmet's great to see. It's cool to see that, and hopefully we'll see everybody who's pitching in the comments, showing all the love. Hopefully we'll see you guys next Thursday also. And I got about a zillion videos I got to do, so tune in for all those. The next one is the creepy.
Oh yes,
The creepy rubber guy.
Gummy Godzilla.
So I'm gonna try and get that video out tomorrow. So there's your little teaser for
right.
next video.
Good luck on that, man. Seriously, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, thank you. We'll look forward to
All right,
chatting with
remember to
everybody
stay-
soon.
Remember to stay hydrated, guys. Seriously,
Stay
we'll
hydrated,
see you